I am sorry. Are you okay?
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Hey, easy work. What do you mean? I ain't worried. I'll jump up 2 weight divisions. I ain't gonna be no weight, but I'll fight you at middleweight.
Okay.
I ain't concerned. What, you think you could beat me off the back of that?
Sign the
on
contract.
My worst day.
Sign
on
the
my
contract.
worst day.
Sign the
on
contract.
my worst day.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
We'll see.
We'll see. Tell Khaled Sheikh, His Excellency, let's get the fight done.
Smell good though.
I know I smell good. It's Christian
I can
Dior.
smell that. You reek of fear out here, man.
Yeah.
I can smell
no one's
the fear
scared of
coming
that, bro. No one's scared of that, man.
Fear,
No
but
one's
it's
scared
okay.
of that.
You're putting on a
No
brave
one's scared of
face.
that. What are you gonna do about it?
Nothing. I'm not going to do nothing.
No, you're
I
not
don't need
gonna do
anything.
nothing.
I just did my job.
I know you ain't
Once
gonna
you
do
sign the
anything.
contract,
I know
then
you
we'll
ain't
see
gonna
what
do
happens.
anything. Cool, no problem. Let's get it done. I'll fool you tonight.
Okay, let's get it done.
Cool, let's get it done.
Let's get it done.
All right, well, congratulations. That mean I'm a show and I'ma prove it. That mean you a loser for comparing me to losers. That mean I bring green to the blueprint. Undisputed. I'm undisputed. That mean I'm a show and I'ma prove it. That mean you a loser for comparing me to losers. That mean I bring green to the blueprint. That mean I'm the best to ever do it. I'm undisputed. That mean I'm a show and I'ma prove it. That mean you a loser for comparing me to losers. That mean I bring green to the blueprint. That means I'm the best to ever do it. I'm undisputed. Already got 2 straps, now I'm out to get the rest. You can get the crumbs and scraps, and you can go and get the bread. I'm just trying to get the belts like letters in the alphabet. Vowels and the consonants, champion is what it's spelling. W, B, C, B, A, and IBF. In another weight class, pound for pound, I'm the best. I'm fighting for legacy. You just fight to get a check, and that's what you call a check. I check you for the disrespect. Keep throwing 1s and 2s, shooting till something connect. 3 and 4 combination, 7 up into your chest. 1 and 4 to the body, lungs just losing they breath. Rain down with the punches, showers, kitchen sinks is next. Franchise, email champ, RBO is left. Undisputed and I'm ruthless, shooting at whoever's next. Ali verse listing laid out on the map. Looking to the next weight class, anybody can get it. That mean I'm a show and I'ma prove it. That mean you a loser for comparing me to losers. That mean I bring green to the blueprint. That mean I'm the best to ever do it. I'm undisputed. That mean I'm a show and I'ma prove it. That mean you a loser for comparing me to losers. That mean I bring green to the blueprint. That means I'm the best to ever do it.
Yeah, young put big paws like Devin Haney. Lines only Charlo, fuck you, pay me. On shopping on, I wanna be just like Mike. Heavyweight like Lennox, but bitch, I do bite. Your face, I abuse if you're thinking that I'm oozy. Turn you to a pack of weeds and way but Crawford do it. I'm something special, send them in, I go Canelo. I might ride trucks, but I fuck you up just like Josh Taylor, ho. Shout out to Caleb, but I do it my way like a new way. A vet, but I want respect like B-Hop. Let's start the movement. It's lethal James Payne, my bloodline thick like Roman Reigns. Throw the left hook like Jermaine, I'm on a concussion campaign. McCasker did it like the Woke, they got it done for show. You know, discern the camera run, they ready with the smoke. Brackets, Anthem bitch, what's happening? Do it in royal fashion, Klitschko with the action.
I'm undisputed. That mean I'm a show and I'ma prove it. That mean you a loser for comparing me to losers. That mean I bring green to the blueprint. That mean I'm the best to ever do it. I'm undisputed. That mean I'm a show and I'ma prove it. That mean you a loser for comparing me to losers. That mean I bring green to the blueprint. That mean I'm the best.
What up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. It's the Boxing Voice Radio. It's Sunday, about to get you up to date with the flow. Like, subscribe. We got a weekend recap today. What it do, champ? You out there? Oh, he was just with me when we started, man. Instant classic is what we're going to be talking about. Conor Benn, Chris Eubank, Conor Benn becomes an instant classic with the boxing public and looking like a fight of the year candidate for most boxing fans. Very early in the year for it to be a clear front runner, that's for sure. But without a doubt, this fight has put itself in the runnings for Fight of the Year candidate. We're going to be doing weekend recaps, so if you want to call in and discuss any of this weekend's fights, break them down, analyze, let us know. Phone lines are open. We're using Discord and X Spaces. to call in. If you're on our X Spaces, go ahead and give me a retweet. Absolutely free. Costs you nothing, but you're going to help get that Spaces out there to more boxing fans that don't know we rock out every day, especially on Sunday when most people are watching boxing. You know, foosball, excuse me. They're watching like foosball or baseball. We're here, man. The Safe Haven is here to talk boxing every single Sunday. So, feel free to join us, man. Looks like we do have King Amin now. It's the King. What it do, champ? Buenos dias. How are you?
Hey, I'm great, man. Great. I love swooping in on these Sunday shows, especially a show of this magnitude. It's the one and only King Amin of Essex. The championship rounds is what I do. And I got to say, straight out the gate, Ness, we're going to talk about the undercard, but shout out to Chris Eubank Sr. When it comes to talking eloquently about pugilism, there's not many guys out there that can fuck with me when it comes to the vocabulary, when it comes to the delivery, when it comes to the passion, when it comes to being so astute with this knowledge. Me and Eubank Sr. are on the same level. At least I'd like to think. But shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to you. And shout out to the callers. Shout out to everybody from stateside to the seaside that tuned into this fight. I know that it resonated very deeply in the United States. A lot of people, we had some jokes in the pre-pro. Shout out to Dennis. We had a lot of, people that were saying, well, I wonder how many people are even going to tune in. Nobody knows these guys. But this is how you make an impression, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man, this was a instant classic very early. Not to dissuade with my bias, but I still got Mayor Ryan too as an early candidate as well. But it's still April. We're going into May, and this one has certainly extended the legacy of both the Eubanks and the Benns. That's for sure.
You said Mayor Ryan.
Mayor Ryan too, yes.
As a candidate for Fight of the Year. I mean, look, everyone's
was that why you long paused me? Was that why you long paused me, my brother?
Yeah. Yeah, because this is just way more violent. So to me, like, if you had that as a candidate of the year fight, then this automatically topped it because it was just more violent. It just had more activity. One would argue that this had blood. I mean, just so many things, like when you're comparing, and that's exactly what we have to do. So for anybody that calls in and says, well, Fight of the Year candidate, you got to consider so-and-so. Was it as action-packed as this? A Fight of the Year candidate is supposed to be an action movie, a lead starring actor, a supporting actor in Conor Benn. We need a climax in the movie. We need a plot and a plot twist. And we had that. What was the plot twist? The father showing up with the son after he disowned him. What was the climax? Well, you already know. The motherfucking fight itself. The outcome, the aftermath, that's just Chris Eubank Jr., walking off into the sunset of a Canelo Alvarez fight where Michaela Mayer and Ryan, they are the Canelo Alvarez fight of their division. So I just think it's a little different. But instant classic for sure. There is a rematch clause. Unfortunately, those terms are the same exact terms of the existing contract. So, many people just automatically assuming that he's not going to be able to get the fight. That we won't be able to have that rematch due to the exact same contract, which means that it will be too much of a struggle for Chris Eubank Jr. to come back down to 160 where he already missed that weight when he's the winner. As the winner, should you really be subject to such things? Or now that you're the winner, should we let you pick the weight, maybe still make it fair, maybe make it a 163 catch weight, a 164. Ben could still come in at 56. Chris could come in at 62, 62, 63, even 64, the Canelo Alvarez and Julio Cesar Chavez weight. What do you think about the weight being a sticker on these quote-unquote rematch negotiations because the rematch is set. The terms are there. So if they want it, they just have to agree to fight. Now, I did say yesterday, we seen guys like Andy Ruiz who beat AJ and then changed the existing contract. So can Eubank try to do that where it's like, look, I won, fuck them. If you want the rematch, it's this or nothing, even though there's a contract in place?
Listen, I don't want the rematch. And if they were smart money, I don't want it. I don't want it because I don't even want to go back over my argument for Mayor Ryan when you talk about plot line and climax and all of that. I'm not even going to waste my people's time with that. I get to you another day with that shit. But I don't want the rematch. And if any of my Seinfeld fans out there know, you got to George Costanza this shit sometimes. You got to go out on a high note. I think, and you talk about Chris Eubank riding off into the sunset of the Canelo fight, maybe that's not so much as the high note or the sunset that many others see. I see Conor Benn leaving this one a bit of a hero. I see Conor Benn getting the recognition, even pointing to the fact that he was happy. If all this fight did was bring the father and son back together, then he's proud. What is boxing, he asks. What is boxing, man? Family's more important. Man, Conor Benn is the hero. Conor Benn is the hero through this. And like I said, moving on from the rematch, we can move on from this whole egg shit. We can move on from the PEDs. We can get Conor Benn back at 147 or at 154. Let's see those things happen. Or is that the hardcore in me talking? Am I not talking enough money fights? But that's what I would like to see happen. So if Eubank was smart, if the Canelo fight is on the table, roll with that Canelo shit and leave this one alone. You guys have done well. I don't think, it might even steal a little bit of cachet if they do the rematch and it doesn't live up to the hype of the first one, right? So I don't know, man. Let's let sleeping dogs lie when it comes to the rematch, if you're asking me.
Wow. I think you're going to be all alone. With that one, I'm pretty sure there's going to be plenty of people that want that rematch. As the King of Essex, you really got me there. I wasn't expecting you not to want to see it again, especially with its high praise, right? Like if it was a bit of a dud, but it lived up to it. It lived up to the hype. Why not see it again? Why not find a way to make it happen again?
Because Ness, here's why. How many times can you go to the well? There's the thing nowadays, every time you look up and see a movie, it's damn near a remake of something we're already familiar with, especially gentlemen of our age. What I mean by that is, Ness, we've already gone to the well with the fathers having, the two fights. And then this one that we didn't really want, but now we're here, we had it, and it was great. I'm just saying, sometimes, man, you gotta... you're going to keep trying to, scare old man Quillers until you kill his ass, right? You're no longer going to pretend to rob old man Quillers. One day he going to pull that piece of shit gun he got behind it and something's going to happen. Let's move. Yeah, as the King of Essex, I want to move on because I think Conor Benn, if he wants to go down to 47, because I think there's too many physical disadvantages to stay at 160 or even 54. So if he can get back to 147, get in there with the Conor Benns and with the Boots Ennis and hell, Brian Norman and Conor Benn seems like a fight I'd like to see at 147. It's better shit.
It just seems like Conor Benn, Jaron Ennis is the normal fight to make. They're both with Matchroom. Conor has proven to be a big fight. Boots should probably get on the road to do that fight, do it in the UK. But doesn't that make the most sense?
Yeah, even do that, but not the rematch. So you with me now?
Never with you, always giving options.
Okay.
But always with you, just, not on this, I'm just saying, I'm not ready to write off the rematch. You did 65,000 people. You had Americans interested. The fight is going to sell itself. It was selling itself off the back of the fathers. Now we have not only numerical data, we have an actual instant classic fight that we can just share. Hey, man, check this out. First one was a barn burner. They daddies did it. They did it. The third one about to be crazy. I just see money. You know, it's hard to walk away from money when you're a promoter, but I understand what you're saying. That being said, speaking of money, I feel like maybe Canelo is rubbing his hands.
Payday. You want payday. I know that.
Maybe Canelo, you know, you said, oh, Eubank and Canelo, the internet feels that this was Canelo yesterday during the fight.
Yeah, I saw that.
They saying Canelo was licking his chops, man. He would love him an opportunity. How like 1 through 10, not your 1 through 10. What do you think Canelo's 1 through 10 on the probability, possibility, a wanting level to actually come to the UK and fight Eubank?
8. I say a strong 8.
Wow, that high. Holy smokes.
Yes. Because this fits the narrative. I get to do what I want at this point in my career. I call my own shots, and then, you know what I'm saying? He don't want to do, and rightfully so to some degree, he don't want to do nothing scary. I don't know if he's ever been to the UK. I'm sure he has. He's got a lot of money. He's probably got a private jet. But he's never fought in the UK, right? Unless I just missed boxing that weekend, right? So it's just something to do, right? And it isn't David Benavidez. We know that, right? So, yeah, it's something to do. It's about an 8, ocho. It's about an ocho, Ness.
I mean, ocho sounds like you're saying he's going to be heavily interested. Like, it's two points away from 10. So you think this is a high probability for a Canelo and a Chris Eubank Jr. to happen?
Especially after William Skull, which is a legitimate fight. I'm not even going to use my infamous air quotes. It's a legitimate fight. It's the title fight in the division. So after, right? Oh, man, what do you want me to do? I just unified, man. I just came on this. What do you want me to do, man? Come on, man. Let me get you back. Yeah, it fits the narrative, man. It fits the narrative. And now you're talking about money and business. I'm okay with this.
I'm actually glad you're on so that you can truly appreciate this.
You better watch out, dreadlocks. You better watch out because we are come for you. Oh, sorry. It's my mother's tongue again. It comes through.
He said that was my mother's tongue again. It comes through.
You'd better watch out because we're not playing. We're real and we are a terror. And the procedure will be parliamentary. Rastafari.
Speaking of parliamentary, look at this uppercut that I called. He didn't knock out Ben with it, but I told y'all this was going to be the sweet punch of the night. Lord of mercy. Shout out to Ben, bro. He's got a chin for sure. We got a couple other things here we want to share.
Chris Eubank's here as well. Sir, you turned up to support your son. What a night.
Well, you know, I was always going to be here for my son, irrespective of what you thought. I mean, it's a show. So suspense is part of the game. Now, the performance, championship rounds, standing toe-to-toe, the credit I'm going to give to Conor.
Peep game here, okay? He said the credit I want to give to Conor, but listen to everything he about to say.
I told you he was a superior fighter, but he shouldn't be fighting at 160 or 156. He's a 147 fighter. What couldn't he do around the world? He's been destroyed by the people who are handling him, and they have to be brought to account. Do your job. Do your job. Do your job.
It's great to see you.
I mean, he's telling you to do your job. Obviously, he's talking directly to this particular reporter, but do you feel that there is a need to tell the world that Conor was mishandled by allowing him to take this fight? Was it too big of a jump? Did this fight take something off of his career? What do you think your Rastafarian Bradron is talking about?
Well, hear this one, Nestor. Hear this one good, man. I think with Ben, he put himself in some situations with the PEDs, allegations true or not, and that situation withstanding. Matchroom did what they could, all right? If you're not allowed to fight in the UK and they got to take you around the world. They had him in Vegas. Shout out to my man Pistol Pete Dobson, right? They had him moving as best as they could, right? Given the circumstances. Now, should they have been all along moving, as a true 147 pounder? Yes. But since it didn't happen that way, they did what they could given the circumstances. I will say that. Now, moving forward, and Chris Sr. is a silver-tongued veteran. I told you, it's not many people I look up to with such, verbose eloquence like that. But that is a man who's well-intended with his words. And what he's basically saying is now's the time to pull a trigger on the potential of Conor Benn being a world-class fighter and winning a world title. Now's the time. Don't waste any of the time. And you know what that is? That's a slight suggestion to say, we may not be interested in his rematch, so find something else to do, Conor.
Round One Sports Talk. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. How you doing? Brother on the panel, what's your name, brother?
King Amin
of Essex. How you doing, sir?
How you doing, sir? I'm sorry, I just didn't get to catch the whole entire interview. I was watching a little bit of what you said, and I agree with some of the things you were saying. But good morning, gentlemen, to the panel. It was an amazing fight out there. I think that Chris Eubank and Conor Benn have no more to prove to the people. I think that Chris Eubank sacrificed a lot trying to make this fight, and at what price do you put together the rematch? Do you value your health, or do you value what the fans want? Are you thinking about doing this fight and then ending your career? If that's the case, rematch it. That there's a lot of money there. I'm not sure if Chris Eubank Jr. or Conor Benn can put 65,000 seats in America. And then when we're thinking about the Conor Benn situation with the steroid or accusation PE scandal, sometimes in boxing I see a double standard in boxing, and sometimes I need to point it out. If you're in agreement with Conor Benn leaving the UK and coming to the US and being promoted, well, then what about Ryan Garcia when he tried to go out to Japan and everybody left a distaste and saying he was suspended? He shouldn't be allowed to fight in Japan. He should do his suspension and not allow these fighters to make any money or any boxing. But it seems like when Conor Benn gets suspended in the UK, he could run to America and make a few bucks. That's okay. So sometimes I see in certain situations in boxing, people quickly forget what they said about one boxer to judge another. So I guess it's how you view it. As far as this fight right here, it exceeded my expectations as a fight. I like that the fight was competitive. It brought the best out of both fighters. His father showing up to the arena, the stadium went crazy. I thought it added to the fight, and it was a great night for boxing. And that's all I can say about that. Thank you.
So you don't want the rematch. It sounds like you don't want the rematch because you're saying, at what price, at what cost, what sacrifice. But I was preferencing to that Chris Eubank won the fight now. I know that there's contract terms in place, meaning if we're going to rematch, everything is already agreed upon and we've already signed. I get that.
Right.
What I'm saying is the same world that Andy lived in when he beat AJ and he renegotiated his contract. Is Chris now holding the win over the son in Conor, the father holding the win over the father? Aren't they in the driver's seat? Can't they just simply say, look, if you want the rematch, if you want us to give you the rematch, we have to do it at 163. We have to do it at 162 and a half. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no, because you're saying at what cost,
Yes.
at what sacrifice.
Right.
Does that help you want the rematch more, or are you good and you just want to see both men go their separate ways?
Right. You see, because this is where the rematch is going to come in. Chris Eubank Jr. is going to hold all the cards. He's going to want the fight a little bit higher in weight, as we can see. It really took a toll on him, right? And then what Conor Benn's going to say is, man, like, I already packed on that weight, And one of my biggest questions was, how is he going to perform in the later rounds with all the new added weight? Was he going to start to fade through the rounds? And that was my concern. And shouts out to Conor Benn that his conditioning held up. So that would be a risk Conor Benn would have to take to agree to what he's going to do. Keep chasing him? I mean, as far as Chris Eubank Jr. goes, he doesn't have to prove to beat Conor Benn. He already did that. He already did it. You know, and I think both their stocks are going to rise. I just think that you can't
get from out of this shadow without like a world title fight win over you know, a non-domestic opponent. Right? Like domestically, this fight is so big that he can't walk the streets of Manchester or the United Kingdom without having to hear someone either give him credit for the fight or say that he lost that fight. I mean, I just feel like, you know, can you really walk away from it?
And then can you imitate the night? Can you imitate the night? Sometimes you do something so
that
good.
Is not important though. That's after the fight gets made. You know, I think first things first is, are you going to give the people the fight, and can you actually, you know, make the fight? But you were about to say,
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, you got to. This is why they got to go their separate ways, because Conor Benn's going to have a crowd behind him. This, you know, Domino's may mess around and make a regular pizza, no eggs on it for him. You know what I'm saying? They're going to start showing him love. And then they're going to say, well, when is this guy going to get a world title shot? And then that's the direction.
But wait a minute. Why would they be doing all that for him? He lost.
Man, because boxing is forgiving, especially in the UK. Don't start that shit, man. In the UK, we don't throw our fighters away.
I know.
We don't throw our fighters away.
I'm not saying they're going to throw them away, but if we're going to give anybody a parade, it's Eubank. If we're going to make a sandwich and name it after someone, it's the winner.
Yeah, but they're also going to respect the grit, the heart, the tenacity, moving up divisions. They're going to respect all of that. The respect that Conor Benn showed. All of that, man. That shit count for something. I know it don't over here, but what I'm telling you is, as the king of Essex, whether that's Essex in Massachusetts, Essex in Essex County, or Essex in the UK, we respect that, brother. We respect that. So let's, as much as we're holding up Chris Eubank Jr. as the winner, because he won, Conor Benn deserves, as Senior said, he deserves to be steered in the right direction, and part of that is acknowledging his contribution to this potential fight of the year, man. He did a lot. He did a lot, too.
And I think one thing we're missing here is the pain that Conor Benn has for losing his O.
I mean, I think it's more.
He came into that fight. He sold his O. He was undefeated, bro. And I'm thinking about that.
Sold his O. You guys are disrespectful, bro. That man.
Well, not sold it in that sense. I'm sorry. Let me back that up. He never sold his O. That's a poor statement. He put it on the line.
Get out the car. Get out the car. I said it.
He put his O on the line.
Exactly.
How about that?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Well, hold on now. Hold on. He put his O on the line. Let's really peel the layers back. If you want to betray, and I love you, brother, I'm just playing, but you got to get out the car, because I'm still going to shoot up the burger stand. You heard? So let me tell you, if you're saying that we knew he went up 3 divisions with those fucking alligator arms and he's only 5 foot whatever, and we knew that Eubank was going to be the taller guy, the naturally bigger guy that was going to jab and counter like Ness predicted the uppercut. Did he really have a chance other than what we thought was the theatrics of the weight
Bro, you talking
train?
Monday morning boxing, bro. That's cheating.
No, that's not cheating.
He didn't know like we didn't know. Going into the fight, everybody, the suspense was who is going to win, you know?
The only thing I fell for is the weight train.
We got to give him his credit, man. Everybody deserves credit. You know, certainly Conor Benn deserves credit. You know, I'm just happy that now the tables have turned, as my man Earl Spence would say. You know? The tables have turned, and people can't say that losers can't, you know what I'm saying, make it. Like that losers can't celebrate losses, Tone. Where you at? Where you at?
Lost. Maybe not.
They saying this is my man Conor Benn going back to the United Kingdom receiving that good parade.
Nah, he down there in Bayamon. he can handle himself. He speaks Spanish good. He down there in Bayamon. He good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're trying to compare that to Berlanga, Conor Benn and his post-fight presser was absolutely dejected. Berlanga was ready for the after party and ready to go get some yams.
But
I mean, yeah, because Berlanga, I'm not trying to go there, but it's obvious he's a better fighter. That's why his face didn't get all beat up like that. So he could go to the after party, but it doesn't mean that when he gets to the UK, he's not going to receive the same level of respect and love and admiration that Berlanga received, and that's why I think the internet created this meme, because they know when Conor gets back to the United Kingdom, it's gonna be some love. This is exactly what I talked about. I just had the image ready.
Right. And you know what? What's important here, right there with this, after Berlanga lost to Canelo Alvarez, he went on like a little little fiesta, so to speak, right? And a lot of people took that the wrong way, and they said we never saw a guy that lost a fight celebrate so much. But that's not what you were watching. Well, you were watching with the support of Puerto Rico country giving their fighter love and showing them that we won't walk or turn our back on you even in defeat.
That's what I'll be
Just
telling
like
them.
just like Conor Benn right now. The country, even in a loss, they're coming back for him. And sometimes us as Americans, we, like I always say this all the time, I'm not easily impressed because I was, America, you see it all here, and and in a loss, like we don't show our fighters that kind of support. And when Edgar went back to the island, we showed him, brother, you competed, we felt you dealt well, we're gonna show you love. And that was a beautiful thing. And a lot of people wanted to get up and try to diss Edgar, like, we ain't never seen a guy party so much, this and that and everything. But look what they're doing for Conor, and that's amazing. And the UK's not turning their back on their fighters. And sometimes
I think they're gonna push
we
for
should
that
show
rematch.
that love.
I think they're gonna push for that rematch. But good morning, Tone. What up?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Tone.
Good morning. Salute my King Amin in the building, Jersey.
Good morning, brother Two Tone.
Rockstar Shakur, we got us one. With all due respect, Conor Benn was competitive in his fight. He was actually fighting to win the squabble, not just get a payday. Respectfully, so we cannot compare Benn to Berlanga like at all. Second, we don't need a rematch, man. We didn't need Speed 2. We didn't need Belly 2. Some movies did not need a sequel. Some things need to be just left alone and let it just sit there as a classic. Now, when you go into rematch territory, now we playing like my man King Amin say, A-side slut talk. Now we going into the business aspect of it. Now Ness is hyping up Eddie Hearn, and now niggas wearing suits. No, let's leave it. Let's leave that with the fire squabble, bro. We don't need all that dumb shit.
And Ness said I was going to be all alone. Thank you, brothers, for being resilient and understanding of this boxing thing right here.
So, Tone, where would you like them to go? I mean, I thought that the fight merited a rematch based off everything. The action, the fact that it was a close fight, the amount of people they packed out. I mean, right now, you put Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn on YouTube. There's an illegal version of the fight that's already over 1 million views. An illegal version, bro. It's all zoomed in so that AI doesn't know that it's the real fight. And it's still got 1 million views.
Wow, that's fire.
24 hours, bro.
Wow.
It's a classic.
I don't know. I just think, that's what I'm saying. That's the title. Instant classic.
Yes.
Fight of the year
We
candidate.
might
How do
need a
you not?
rematch.
How do you not do it again? If you gave us 3 AJ fights with 2 AJ fights with Usyk, 3 AJ fights with Fury Usyk, 3 AJ. I mean, I'm saying AJ. Excuse me. 2 AJ fights with Usyk, 2 AJ fights with Ruiz, 3 Usyk fights with Fury, 3 Fury fights with Wilder. Like, how don't we deserve a Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr.?
I think we deserve it. It's just that the weight difference, man, was so much. See, what you're talking about were 2 fights, 3 fights that were in the same weight division, the same men.
Yeah, but he's
When
in the
we're
division
talking,
now, though. He's there now. All we gotta do, Chris won.
yeah, but Chris
won.
Eubank is not in the division.
And
He's not at
that's what
160.
I think that part went over your head when you first jumped on. Tone,
Okay.
Chris won. You talking about A-slot talk. No, look, I won, bro. You seen I almost died. I'm just saying, let's not do 160. Can we do 163?
Right.
Can we do 164
Yes.
like Canelo and Julio
so
Cesar Chavez?
why then would Ben take that, especially if we just heard even
Because he need his get back. You the one that shamed. You and your dad need get back. Y'all shamed. Me and my dad, we chilling. We won one each.
No, because you want to know
over
what?
here, we partying. They gonna cut him a cake to say like father, like son.
No, because even Senior will probably say, hey, listen, brothers, y'all don't need this right here. Y'all don't need this right here. Go and be a world champion. Me and Chris about to do something else. I'm telling you, Ness, you started this show with just me and you, mano a mano, and you said I'd be alone. Now that the cavalry came, everybody's opinion seems to be kind of similar. And what I'm saying to you is, if these guys can find something better to do, that's the best route. Why would Ben take a fight where he was already in a mismatch or disadvantage at 160 and say, fine, I'll do it at 163? Is he going to get an extra fucking 3 inches on his arms? Is he going to get some fucking lifts in his height? None of that shit is going to change the metrics in that part where Eubanks can strategically continue to win. Go ahead.
Because I mean, with the energy that you're giving is like you don't think Ben hurt Eubank as much as we seen him get hurt. That's why the rematch is like there for people, because we didn't see Chris Eubank almost knock out Conor Benn. We seen Conor Benn almost knock out Chris Eubank.
Nah, man. And I agree. But at what cost to Conor Benn when there's better shit to do? He can do
about
something
to fully, if he take the rematch, he's fully acclimated, bro. Like, I've been fighting at 54. Now I fought at 60. Now this is my second fight at 60. Like, how am I not acclimated? Protection, I hear you, man. Protection.
Yeah, protection. Man, this is wisdom, man. I'm trying to offer some wisdom.
My thing is, Chris, each one of those fighters took something out of each other fighter. Mm-hmm. Like Chris Eubank, low key might need to retire, bro.
Whoa,
the man. No, I'm just saying, the man jaw broke. We know he fooled his next fight, bro.
Bro, did you not see Conor's face? He looked like a fucking blockhead. Like,
Conor sounded punch drunk in his presser.
Hey man, little baby semi-concussion. Those we passed.
He probably did have a concussion.
Yeah,
okay,
did.
Right.
And you want him to do that shit again.
Right. So when Canelo, you
gotta get your father's honor back. Sorry, Tone.
When Canelo put hands and feet on Chris Eubank, and then that man's really slurring his words, and then when Boots annihilates Conor Benn, bro, they changed. Those fighters are changed.
Canelo can't wait for that Eubank fight, man.
UK, and it ain't even no titles on the line.
We gonna do 190. What is it? 90 people.
What do you mean? Canelo got titles?
Yeah, Canelo got titles.
I'm talking about Eubank and Ben. If these guys found a way to run it back and it made more sense,
we don't need a title for that.
We don't need a title. They sold 65 without a title.
And the title.
What else you want them to do?
The title is this round one. It's
y'all thirsty.
Respect for the family.
Y'all thirsty. I hit it one time. It wasn't that good to me.
I hit it one time. I'm Toretto, man. Family over everything, man. Family over everything. He got to get it back.
I'm kind of agree with you, right? I'm kind of in agree with you. Like at this point, you got the victory. You don't got nothing else to prove. You sacrifice so much. But and then Ness brings up a good point too. Now, if Ness, Chris Eubank Jr. says, come fight me at 164, 165, right? Now, the ball is in Conor Benn's court because guess what? I did everything you told me to do. I did the rehydration cut. I did the weight cut, Conor Benn. I pushed my body. Let's see if you're willing to go that extra mile. Exactly. Fight me at 65. And I don't think market-wise, he can get a better fight for $65,000 and a better payday against anyone else right now. And it's very dangerous to fluctuate in weight. If you're already there in the weight and we can get back in the ring as soon as possible, 6-7 months, then let's do that and cash in on some of our biggest
I feel
paydays.
like they was talking. I don't know. Did I hear wrong, or was there like post-fight clips of them saying potentially the contract says for June? I feel like that's too soon, but
That's a quick ass.
That would be too soon.
It would be
That's
too
a
soon,
quick
but I feel like
turnaround.
I heard something like that.
Didn't Turkey say September? And why is Conor Benn mad at Turkey?
June's in 2 months. Hell no.
Turkey said September. And Conor Benn looked at that. Yeah.
So September works. I guess you throw that shit on the undercard of Canelo and Bud. Winner gets Canelo or Bud. Remember, there was rumors of Eubank and Bud. We know about
crazy.
Canelo and Bud. Look at him smiling now. Now he's like, well, damn. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's a good
Yeah,
pay-per-view.
because you said that because
Whoa,
now
whoa,
we're
whoa.
talking a little something different.
Yeah. Well, only
different.
one
I
fight
like boxing.
promised these big fights. What about Conor? Where's his big fight? Where's Conor's big fight?
What you mean? If you could beat Eubank, if you
Virgil
could beat
Ortiz
you,
is his big fight.
no, you going back down. Then we gonna ruin him and do what happened to Roy and other people that go up and down. Stay where you at. Stay where you at.
Ness, I don't want to. I don't want a rematch, but if there is a rematch, go ahead and be the main event in October. Devin and Ryan, y'all get on the undercard.
That's an interesting point, though.
What Eubank and Ben on the undercard of Devin and Ryan?
No. Devin and Ryan on the undercard of Eubank Ben in the UK.
I don't think that they'll do that. I don't think that they'll do that simply because Devin and Ryan is universally bigger than Ben. Than Ben Conor. Ben Conor was a UK fight that some Americans tuned into.
Why would Ryan Garcia go to
Devin
undercard?
Haney? Let me tell you something. Ryan Garcia, let me say it right. Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney 2 will be a pay-per-view in the United Kingdom. Just like we had to pay for this one. I'm telling you. I mean, I would love it as a boxing fan. You see me just try to throw them on the undercard of Canelo. I'll take it. I just don't know that we'll get it. Let me get to some of these callers. If you guys want to call in, now is the time. I've actually put the link in the live chat. So if you want to call in, use Discord X Spaces. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the thumbs up. If you're watching on X Live streaming video, do me a favor and hit the retweet, repost. Let's see here. We got a couple super chats. First one is from James Bash, $5. The fight was classic. No need for a rematch. Let's see Eubank Jr. and Conor's son fight 35 years from now. Conor can go back to 147 for a title shot. Julio Guzman, $2. England loves lovable losers. Frank Bruno is a god.
That's foul.
Derek Chisora?
Yeah, another god. Ike, 5-pounder. Ness, the fight was in the UK, so how he going back to the UK? I mean, that's where the rematch would be. It ain't like they're going to come to America with it. Just making sure y'all know. Bo Rogers, what up?
Yo. What up, fellas?
What up? What up?
It was a good fight. I said it was going to be a good fight. I knew the boys didn't like each other. And the bad blood made it, I don't want the rematch, though, because, like you said, it's too much. You got to lose weight and gain weight. If Conor Benn going to stay at 160, he might as well go ahead and go for a title and try to fight Laura. But see, people ain't gonna want that fight. They don't want have nothing to do with it. So I just let's stop playing with the idea that man to get beat by anybody else at 160. He need to go on back down. I don't even know if he can beat anybody at 154. But I like Conor Benn. He good
I
for
think Ben is extremely competitive with Laura, bro. That same
think
style.
he can beat Laura?
I don't think he could beat Laura. I think he'll be more competitive than Danny, but extremely competitive in that fight. You know, I mean, look, he's
gonna get knocked
punching.
the fuck out.
I want to see him fight again, because right now I believe he's punching, but I'm also, understanding that what we saw could have been, a direct action based off of like the weight cut, losing weight so bad so you swell up worse, losing weight so bad so you're not 100%, with your physicality and your power and your strength. So, did some of those shocks affect Eubank more because of that? But if that don't got nothing to do with it, Ben looked like he punching really, really good.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I like to see him at 154 against a couple of guys. I like to see him against Virgil. That'll be a hell of. He'll make a good fight. That's why he need to go 154. That's going back down to 147. Kell Brook tried that, it didn't work out. He should just go down to 154. He'll be perfect right there. He won't be too big, won't be too small. And it's plenty of smoke right there. But I think he'll still get beat by a lot of guys. But I think, like you said, he could beat some guys too. He showed me he definitely got heart, you know. But Chris Eubank, I think he done. He probably gonna have to retire. He probably done. He got the win. He outboxed him. But a real motherfucker his size up there in that area put hands on him. Terrence Crawford might go up there and put hands on Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank really ain't never been that tough to me. He all right. He can, he did what he's supposed to do to be fighting a smaller guy. But I think, he was hurt a couple of times. He looked like he could have got stopped. If it was like one more round ago, he might have would have got stopped. So he probably just need to shut it on down if he ain't gonna try to go for the big bag. And Canelo would kill Chris Eubanks. That fight would not. He should go up there and try to fight. I don't know what Chris Eubank need to do. He interesting too though. Somebody need to get his heat, you know. But I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. And, I do want to see Ben again. I think Ben might have been too rough for Tank if he went down there. He might be too rough for Tank. He rough now. I don't think no guy at 135 and 140. I don't think them boys want to fuck with Ben. Ben rough now, but he ain't the best boxer. So somebody will take their time. But he ain't gonna give you time to really think about too much. He gonna be on your ass. And good thing Eubank did have that height and size to damn, keep him at bay for a little bit. But I like it. I want to see him some more. So whatever he do, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I want to ask you real quick before you left. Do you like Conor Benn versus Tim Tszyu at 154?
Yeah.
How about that fight? Yeah, okay.
That's a good fight.
Yeah, I was thinking about that while you were talking. I was like, maybe Tim Tszyu. All right.
I mean, Keith Thurman will be a hell of a fight.
Yeah, that's a fight Conor Benn should target. Keith Thurman, that's another big fight. Non-title fight. No need for sanctions. Big name versus big name.
So
go ahead.
And let me concede to you guys because that is a great point. Maybe 147 is a little bit too low. So if we talking 54, if you guys like 54, I was the first one to mention Virgil. I love 54, but 160, Janabek, right? The fake boogeyman is out there. Even if you want to, throw in a Carlos Adames, if you want to put him in title shots right away, or you got Denzel Bentley. He's got a WBO international or something. So, if you guys want to keep Ben at 160, now Eubank on the other hand, he's got to cash out. You know what I'm saying? If the Canelo fight's available, he got to get cashed out so he can retire, man.
And he's 35, so you're right.
Yeah, 35 years old. He took extreme punishment yesterday, jaw broken, mad concussions. Get your Canelo fight and retire. I'm hearing what, 10 million yesterday they made? Yes, plus pay-per-view. Well, I heard Conor made, I'm hearing Conor was at 7 million plus pay-per-view back in.
Lord of mercy.
Well, let's not get lost in the fight and what took place as the event itself. And let's ask ourselves this question. What were their all-around performances as fighters? And if we're thinking about Chris Eubank Jr.'s performance, I'm going to be honest with you. Well, what I was watching was a man that didn't look like he had his feet underneath him. His hands and his feet weren't in sync. He looked like a little deranged, fighting like a strong little freaking force coming forward. So we obviously noticed the disadvantages in the fight. As fans, we're aware of it. Does that worthy a Saul Canelo Alvarez fight? And would he fare good against a fighter such as Saul Canelo Alvarez? Do you think Iron Chin, Saul Canelo Alvarez, won't pick that guy apart and brutalize him? He's going to get the knockout he's been looking for. Go ahead and feed that man to him.
Over Eubank, you're saying. Over Eubank, you're saying.
Yes. Yes,
Hey,
over
listen,
Eubank.
man. Necessary sacrifice. Canelo has always said he wants to fight in the UK. And if this is the guy that's going to bring in the most tickets, this is the guy that's going to get his ticket punched. I got Ryan Frazier, Boxing Talk Up North, member for 21 months on that champ level. Shout out, Ryan. 3 more months you've been rocking out with us. 2 years. Salute. He says, can May 2nd in Times Square top yesterday's event? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. The talent level is certainly higher on May 2nd. So we can see something beautiful on May 2nd. We got 3 different times to go at bat as well, where this is just one, right? So May 2nd is 3 fights against 1. We got 3 opportunities to replicate what they did or better. But boxing, the UK, what up?
They say it's about to rain in New York.
Damn, Two-Tone, you said no way, huh?
Hey, but Tone, I'm sure they're gonna have the same. You seen the ring that they had yesterday? It was like a real big, the top was tarped. And
okay. So
yeah, I'm
top.
sure. Boys. I'm sure they're gonna have a tarped ring.
Salute,
What up?
brother.
What's going on, boys? We hear you. We hear you. Take it away.
What a fight last night. What a fight last night. Oh, my goodness me. All the talk, all the build-up, all the hype, the UK stop. And what a fight. Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn delivered. Eubank Senior returned, like, what's it called, The Undertaker in WWE. Oh, my days. Well, that was amazing. It was a British iconic moment. And the fact that even Americans are talking about it, the fact that people in other parts of the world are talking about it, it's amazing. But great fight. I loved it. I loved every single minute of it. I didn't expect that. We talked about it all week, Boxing Boys, me and you. We didn't expect that kind of fight. I thought Conor Benn would finish Eubank in 6 rounds. Everybody else said Eubank was too big. In the end, Eubank won it. I thought it was a bit closer. I need to watch the fight again because when I watched the fight yesterday, I watched the fight with about 7 or 8 people in the room. They were all boxing fans and they were all screaming and shouting. And oh my goodness me, man. The UK is waking up today. Conor Benn, man, what a fighter he is. We didn't know how good he was, but that boy can fight. He nearly knocked out Eubank Jr.
I agree, man. He certainly hurt Eubank more than Eubank hurt Conor.
I agree. And Eubank was coming. Eubank was keeping a low stance, coming in with his head. And I said to my friend, I go, in a minute, Conor's going to get cut. And Eubank ended up getting cut. So it was crazy. It was a nasty cut. But Eubank had a bit of experience there. The last 2 or 3 rounds, the championship rounds, his experience that he has over a 15-year professional career, where he hasn't achieved a lot, the experience was amazing. But I think that was Eubank's moment. I think Eubank has had that great moment. There's 1 fight left for him. If they do the rematch has to be this year. It can't be next year because it will be too late. But I think Eubank should be looking at Canelo and Skull, and I think Canelo would win that, and I think Eubank Canelo makes sense wherever it happens, in Saudi Arabia, in America, in the UK. Maybe Canelo's looking, thinking, wow, we can do Wembley Stadium. They can do Wembley Stadium 90,000. It will sell because it was amazing. Did you see that entrance? Both the iconic entrances were unbelievable. Theatre, drama, hallelujah.
Yeah.
It was amazing. But it was such an amazing senior. You know that the camera showed the Eubank senior coming out the Phantom roller. He was coming out the Phantom, I think Cullinan, and he's smiling around like, "You got us. You got us. We did not expect you to come back." But you know what? There's a lot going on backstage. Billy Joe Saunders was having an argument with Napa, the big Eubank's manager.
Security.
There's a lot going on backstage. Security. Yeah, he's a manager as well, manager and security.
Yes.
And Ben Shalom beat Eddie Hearn yesterday. He beat Eddie Hearn, I think 3-0. I think Vidal Riley, my boy Vidal Riley, a good friend of mine, my boy, man. Vidal Riley, he couldn't get me a ticket, but Vidal Riley, good performance by him, man.
Shout out Vidal Riley.
All right, champ.
Respect to all you
Appreciate
guys,
you.
man. I lost my.
We all lost the voice, man. When I started, it was a little raspy. You know, it was a great fight. Great fight, man. Shout out to both
It
those
sounds
men.
like the
Listen,
fans.
if you're all watching this on X video, don't forget to hit that retweet, repost. We got about 166 over there. We're looking at about 700 here on YouTube. I need you to go ahead and smash that thumbs up and subscribe, man. Nasty work that I'm still not at 240,000 subscribers. I mean, I thought we for sure would be there yesterday. I mean, we're 2 subscribers away. This is just disgusting. So if you're on X Spaces or X Video and you haven't already subscribed, please migrate over. I need 2 people to turn this into something, man. Turn it into something. Make it look like the 240,000 that we deserve. We got Tip Bellis on the check-in. What it do?
Yeah, man, y'all be calling everything and anything a great fight, man. Shit be crazy.
My
You know what I'm
title
saying?
says Instant Classic. Fight of the Year candidate. So when you say Yabi calling anything a great fight, who you talking about? Say names, man.
I was talking about
Say
the UK
names.
callers, man. They just call anything a great fight. You know, it's just crazy. No, I'm just trolling. It was a great fight, but y'all reaching with all this Conor Benn shit, man. Y'all need to calm that down. That's oh, he could be the champion at 160. No, you were living in a world of delusion. They had that man
I never
Chris
said he could
Eubank on
beat
a.
What champion I said he could beat?
I mean, you did you not say Laura? You said
No,
he could take on
no.
Laura.
I said I don't think he could beat Laura.
Okay.
I said I don't.
I mean.
Let me repeat myself. I don't think he could beat Laura. I think he will be way more competitive than Danny. I don't think he will win.
No. Hell no.
But it's like I said,
what?
if his power's real, he fuck around and knock Laura out.
Bruh. First of all, shout out to Troy King, man. The man can't box. He cannot box. Laura is going to box his fucking head off at the age of 43.
He's a brawler.
He's going to box his head off. Right, exactly. And if you can't box, you gonna lose against Laura.
But if you can't deal with his pace,
you gotta.
If you can't deal with his pace and his power, you gonna lose. Obviously, Chris Eubank could deal with it. I get it. But Laura's 40. Laura's 40.
Guess what Eubank showed last night? That he controlled the pace. That all you got to do is jab Conor Benn, because Conor Benn can't get past the fucking jab. That's all you got to do. It's literally all you got to do to beat Conor Benn. Jab him the entire 12 fucking rounds, and you're gonna win the fight. Simple. It's a simple game plan. He has nothing in his arsenal to show you that he's a world level beater. I'm sorry. Come on, man. We gotta chill out. We gotta chill out, bro.
Tip, let me ask you something. Is there anything that Conor Benn can do differently that would change the outcome that warrants a rematch? Just a question.
No.
Okay.
No, he's literally banking on landing one shot. That's his he can't outbox Chris Eubank. He has to land the one shot that's going to get him a potential knockout. You know what I'm saying? That's going to at least stagger Eubank and for him to follow up and just take Eubank out. That's all he's banking on. That's all he will ever bank on. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't beat anybody. I don't even think he beats any of the champions at 147 unless it's Shock and Guillaume. Unless it's Shock and Guillaume, who could possibly get elevated if Jerron Bruce moves up to 54. That's the only person I think he beats is a Shock and Guillaume. Respectfully, bro. Outside of that, all those like elite level boxers, nope. He's getting cooked. And if you think you could throw him in with a Thurman, he's getting knocked out. Brutally. Oh my God. Oh, shit gonna look like Brock Jarvis 2.0. Shit gonna look like Brock Jarvis 2.0. He gonna be a better version of Brock Jarvis, but he gonna get knocked out in a more gruesome fashion. I'm just telling y'all, man. I'm just telling y'all.
160 kind of weak though. That's the only reason why I said I think Ben could do all right at 160. That's a weak division. It's Adamas.
He giving Adamas a good fight.
I mean, if Adamas can't keep him off, well, Adamas is naturally the bigger guy. Nah,
He
Adamas beats
he
him.
giving
I can't front.
he giving Kyron Davis, who gave David Benavidez a tough fight.
That's an interesting fight.
That's a great fight.
Interesting.
That's a great fight, but it's not
Man,
even.
you out
It's not even a big
all right,
fight.
bro.
It's not even
All
a
right,
big
bro.
fight for
All
Conor.
right, bro. Hey, man, I'm done
What about
for today,
Janibek?
man. Because
Tip.
I'm done for today.
What
Come
about
on, bro. Come on, man.
Janibek?
Come on.
What you mean?
I
Come
like
I
if I
agree with
wanted to
Janibek though.
if I wanted to troll right now, I would go ahead and say, yeah, he gives Janibek a tough fight. No. Alhamdulillah, Janibek ices him. He ices him. Come on, man. We gotta chill. We gotta chill. Y'all gotta know what y'all looking at. We gotta chill. We gotta chill.
I think
You
you
need to
just
go back
hate.
down to 47,
I
man.
think you just
I'm
trying to
not
get that
hating.
award.
Ted
Okay,
Bayless, how you
bro.
like
Okay.
how you like Ryan Garcia, Conor Benn in the UK?
Great fight. That's a good fight for Ben. I like that fight. I like that fight more. I give him some higher chances of being Ryan Garcia than all these other guys.
Tip on the way out, but isn't the issue that him going from 60 to 47 could ruin him?
Yeah, but them dudes at 47 ain't really punching like that. That's the thing. So he can settle himself back in, unlike, you know what I'm saying, whatchamacallit, who went back down there and then jumped in with Earl, you know? Like, he talking about going back down to fight Mario Barrios. It's not much risk of damage being, taking on Barrios fight. I mean, you can possibly get dropped, but, you know what I'm saying, ain't no accumulation of damage coming from a Mario Barrios. But yeah, man, I chime back in.
Yeah. Hey, yo, Tip. I like everything you said about Conor Benn and everything, but I think you're like discrediting his performance a little bit. Chris Eubank Jr. didn't control him with the jab. That's not what his face is saying. I can see all the damage on Chris Eubank's face and all the times that he did get in. Controlling a person with the jab from the outside, he would be, like shutting that fighter down. He really wouldn't get to him. So, yeah, everything you said was on the money though. But I think Conor Benn is, he showed he could fight his style a bit better. He's not your technical boxer, so I'm not looking for him to fight like that. But the aggression and the power and his cardio, yo, that shit held up. That
Yeah,
shit held
but
up.
he's saying who could he beat at 160? What champion?
He was right about everything.
That's why he's recommending he go down. Phone lines are open if you guys want to call in. The link is in the live chat. It's also pinned to the top. I flooded the chat. You can find it easy. We got Julio Guzman with the $2. Canelo versus Eubank, and Ben versus Josh Kelly on the undercard. Listen, I woke up to news that Josh Kelly is fighting yet another person that we never heard of. Can we stop mentioning his name on a real boxing show? His name is like for, I don't know what type of show he belongs on, but he's not a fighter that's ready to get into the big stage yet. He's been in this level of prospect for like 10 years. I don't know. How long has this kid been pro, bro? Like
10-year prospect?
It's wild, bro. It's wild that he bro, think about it. Crawford was a 140 pounder, I believe, when Bomac said that Ray Robinson beat Josh Kelly. Mad Bent $5. Daily dose of Tankwell. Callers unaware that Chris was extremely weight drained. Of course, Conor looked stronger because he was. Chris would be better, healthier. Yeah, and that's why we said 160, 234. Kurt, what up? It's not Kurt. Crit?
Ness, would you call that Rock'em Sock'em?
At times it was a bit of that. Yeah, that 12th and final round was nasty, boy. But that's what they wanted to give the fans, because I know Eubank doesn't have to fight like that, but he did, especially in that 12th.
Yeah, and I think the fans won on that night with last night because look at the UK fans how they're talking about it. Everybody seems to get their money worth, and nobody seems disappointed. And I'm not gonna rain on nobody's parade because of how they felt about the fight. I'm glad that they had a great night of boxing and it did good for the sport. So I ain't mad at it.
Did y'all watch the rest of the card though?
The whole card.
Yeah, Diablo.
Okay, so what y'all think about Riley's win over Clark? Anything
I mean,
strike your eye?
I was disappointed that Clark didn't. I mean, that fight was boring. It was super boring. We were not happy, and they lost us for sure. I was disappointed that Clark is another Virgil fighter that Virgil couldn't turn around. So the legacy of Virgil doesn't grow. Yeah. After that, what else was the other one that we had? The one that should have not been
Yard.
the opener.
Yard.
They should have put fucking Vidal Riley and Clark, Chevron Clark as the opener and had the opener, which was Glanton and CBS, be in that position or maybe even the co-main position because Yard put us to sleep too. Nobody wanted to watch fucking Yard go 12 fucking rounds, bro. Disgusting.
Yeah, the trilogy. Nobody wanted. That was a terrible fight.
Only guy's gonna lie on the panel is gonna be Tone because he's a David fan, but like you just shit the bed. I don't want to see you fight David. Nothing you did in that Lyndon Arthur trilogy, for God's sakes. You didn't even put the nail in the coffin with a knockout. Like, Lord of mercy, I'm good. He fucked up the David bag. And how you say it, Tone? You fumbled that David bag.
That David bag. It was a
2-pack of ass. That shit stinks.
That undercard was disgusting. 2-pack of ass.
Best fight of the night. Best fight of the night because I'm a hardcore. And we made money off it. I say we because I know I ain't do my betting show, but if you a faithful Boxing Voice listener, then you heard me multiple occasions pick McKenna by decision. I told you, I think I screen share my live bet. Not live, but like right before the fight. Then I said, look, we're going to take this McKenna money and we're going to throw it right on Chris Eubank Jr. by decision. So if you didn't follow me, you didn't make money. We made money with McKenna by decision because we called it, and we made money with Chris Eubank by decision because we called it. And shout out to Chris, who was a plus 300. The bookies didn't believe. God did.
God did. Tone did.
Bookies try to play Chris out with the plus 300. I just wish I was Cantrell in Phoenix, formerly from Phoenix, now in the UK. I wish I was some of these dudes that I know. I know who y'all is. Salute to y'all. These dudes be betting guap. You know what I'm saying? Like even Cliff. Imagine dropping 3,000 like they do on a plus 300.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't do that because I ain't got them balls. But shout out to the people that can bet like that, man. I don't know how to pronounce your name, man. I even asked AI, bro. I don't know what you got going on. Oh, okay, there's Kurt. AI told me it's just like Kurt. So what's going on?
Kurt Scooby?
Because I went to you already.
Yeah, I didn't hear. I didn't know you guys hear me the first time. But
nah, we couldn't hear you
I
the
was
first
like,
time.
oh, I couldn't hear y'all. But I was saying Conor Benn should stay to 154 and take on the Erickson Lubin versus Jordan Holmes IBF Eliminator. He should fight them.
I just feel that's a tough fight for not it ain't worth the money. You see, he went in a tough fight and made $7 million plus backside. You know what I'm saying? Like you about to get in a tough fight with Lubin if he win. You ain't making that. You ain't even making that on a guarantee.
We get that Bachman fight for the belt.
Another tough fight, bro. That's what I said yesterday, man. He better not go to 54. It's worse. I say I would stay at 60 than 54.
Yeah. Did they drop that venue after the Belonga fight yet?
Say what?
I said, did they drop the venue for the Belonga fight yet?
Nah. Heavy rumors saying Central Park, though.
Yeah, Central Park.
That's wild. I hope that
Could be
shit.
another free one.
I hope that shit be alright, man. Central Park is huge, bro. Motherfuckers get lost in there, kidnapped in there. Shit, crazy.
I mean, and logistically, man, like it's gonna be a lot of people. They're definitely gonna be on public transportation. You know what I mean? Ride sharing. It might be
Yeah,
better than
I
driving
never
in.
been one of them dudes, bro. When I
And,
lived in
And I think
Jersey, I never took a PATH train to get to New York to go to nobody's parade. None of that shit. I mean, obviously the Dominican parade and Puerto Rican parade, you got to do that. But after I got older, like I don't want to get my sneakers stepped on. I don't want to be bumped into. Like I've been stopped doing that. So I can't see myself going to Central Park. That means no parking. So now you got to travel on a train. I mean, did y'all see the clips of WrestleMania? Bro, that's just too much. That's just too much. I don't know that they're going to get 61,000 people in Central Park for this fight, but I don't know. That shit,
and
I
to
don't
the
know.
people
I
that are
can't.
thinking that
Hopefully it looks good, though. Hopefully it
but
looks good. I'm going to cover
Nah,
it from here.
let Kurt get his call off. My
Can't
bad, Kurt. You
Eubank
stepped on
fight?
my phone.
Oh yeah, right. Can't Eubank fight? Vladimir Siskins for the IBF.
Come on,
Vladimir.
man. We don't need that whack-ass fight. Who is Vladimir Shishkin? He don't even got the IBF. Skull got the belt.
He's ranked number 2 though.
Yeah, I mean, Eubank is bigger than the ranking. You don't see that WBC said that the winner of yesterday's fight, they will push for them to get a Canelo fight. Like, that's what the WBC said, man. Shout out to David Benavidez, right, Tone?
See, that's what I'm talking about.
That's crazy.
That David slander. David slander.
No, this is pointing out, man, that he on the outside, man. He keeps showing love to the
Oh.
BC, and he on the outside. The BC never did this for him. They about to give Eubank a shot off a win off of welterweight. Shout out to Mauricio.
Oh, so you still blaming David for Canelo ducking? Okay.
No, I'm blaming David for remaining in the WBC, remaining, faithful and cordial with Mauricio. Like, look at what Mauricio's doing, what he never would do for David, right? Everybody would have been happy if he just gave David a shot at Canelo, like he's saying he would give a shot at Canelo for Conor and Eubank winner.
There ain't nothing Mauricio, Cheerios, nobody could do to get Canelo in the ring.
I mean, that's what you say because you are forgetting Triple G. Mauricio stripped Triple G, made Canelo look bad in front of his people. Mexican media tore him apart, and he had to fight Triple G. He gave us 36 rounds. C-Dub.
Statue shit, man.
Yo, how the audio?
Street.
Good.
Crispy, that's what's up, man. Shout out TBV, smash that like button, it's free, do something with yourself. Shout out to Ness, the panel, Two-Tone, shit, the other people up there, man.
Shout out,
Salute, man. TBV
Salute.
community, we here. Yo, that was a great fight, man. A proper dust up. Very proper. The UK, man, it showed out. Man, Ben, I don't know if he's on something. I don't want to put that out there, man. It just he was walking through those shots like Terminator. Like he was eating the rights. That Eubanks was throwing the jab at first, and then he hit him with a right clean, kind of being a right through that shit. I was like, man, what is this guy? It's crazy going up 2 weight classes, and then going toe to toe, rock on sock on fight, and then Eubanks pulled it out. I did have that Eubanks money line easy, but Chef Clark, Siobhan Clark, man, he fucked up all the money. He fucked it all up, man. So I could take my crow on that if you have it. CBS, money line, I had that, but yeah, man, it was a good proper dust up, man. I don't see Conor Benn beating anybody at 168. I don't see Conor Benn beating anybody at 160. I think he should make his way down to 154 and 147. Get Josh Kelly at 154.
Yo, I didn't say he could be anybody 160, but you don't think it would be competitive versus Laura, who's 40? He won't do more
It
than
could.
Danny? Because that was
Possibly.
my argument. I ain't say he could
Possibly.
beat Laura.
Oh yeah, I think he could possibly. I could think he could do a little bit more than Danny. Yeah, possibly, man. But yeah, make your way back down to 154, 147. Get Josh Kelly. Get Mario Barrios. That's a 50-50 fight.
Josh Kelly,
Maybe you
why
can
y'all
get.
keep saying that man name? He ain't done
But
nothing.
just
Like
because it's a winnable
nothing.
fight. It's a
What
winnable
about
fight,
Shane
and he got
Mosley
Bro,
some
but
Jr.?
winnable.
there's better winnable fights. Give Dobson a rematch than giving Josh Kelly ain't done nothing, bro. It's not even fair. Like he's done nothing, man.
But Josh Kelly versus Ben in the UK would
Like,
be a
bro,
big fight.
Josh Kelly has done less than Lyndon Arthur and Anthony Yard.
Yeah, yeah. And then some people were saying Ryan Garcia, man. I'm
Josh
telling you,
Kelly's
man.
done
What
less
have
than
you done for
Josh
me lately?
Padley. Josh Kelly's done less than Josh Padley.
Some people were still saying that Ryan would get Conor at 154 or 147. I don't think so, man. I think Ben will beat Ryan at 147.
Whoa.
But
You said what?
yeah, yeah. I think Ben will beat Ryan at 147.
You hear that, Tone?
Yeah, man. If you going through shots of a 160, now granted, Eubanks was very depleted, making that weight. So that maybe had something to do with the punch power, him walking through the rights as he did. But yeah, man.
I mean, he didn't really
Ben looked
walk
like
through that though, C-Dub. Did you not see that man's face? Like he lost
he was
something.
still at the beginning of the fight. He wasn't taking a step back, even
Yeah,
though he was
no,
getting
no,
hit
for sure.
clean.
But he lost something that night. There's no way he's gonna be the same. Like, did you see his face in the post fight? Did you see the bridge of his nose?
Yeah, yeah. And when you say he didn't almost get stopped, I don't know if the Hardin started kicking in, but at the last round, he was very close.
Who?
He was very close.
Who?
Ben.
Conor,
Ben,
yeah.
Oh,
Ben was very close to getting stopped in the last round.
yeah. I mean, I just
Yeah,
feel like
exactly.
Chris had more moments like that. It was and I bet on Chris. So this is why I feel like this. There was moments where I'm like, shit, he about to get knocked out. He ain't gonna make it. Like how many
Yeah,
times did his legs not look under him?
yeah. It was
Unless I'm
he
missing.
had more moments like that. No, he
Yeah.
had more moments for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, so that's
yeah.
why I feel like that. Maybe maybe you're right. Maybe Eubank looked at like that in the 12th, and I didn't, give it the same value or miss. I didn't see it. Maybe I don't fucking know.
Maybe
But
you put it to fatigue because that was the commentators. They were like, if he's fatigued, I mean,
well, I mean,
and
it
of
was the
course he is.
12th. It was the 12th,
Of
and
course,
he was
yeah,
chucking bowls for real. So he's more tired. Eubank was a little shorter with his shots, tighter. But he wasn't
yeah.
even strong
More
either. That's
compact.
what I'm saying. I see more power coming from Chris. I mean, excuse me,
And I
Ben. Ben.
and I know
C-Dub,
some of the Canelo fans not gonna like it. What's up, Two-Tone?
how you think Conor Benn would deal with Ryan Garcia's hand speed? Because Eubank was kind of slow yesterday.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Fucking Connor looked fast, bro. He might be.
Yeah, Conor looked
He
fast.
might could match Ryan's speed. He was
He
fast as
just looked
fuck.
fast, and I don't know if Ryan could take that pressure like that, like the way the tenacity that Conor Ben is going to come with. He can't get caught for
Hopefully,
sure.
Rolly's gonna show us, a little bit of that old sparring footage pressure, and we'll see what Ryan does with that.
I
But
mean,
you got to
we
remember
Yeah,
that Ryan already fought Duarte, so I think Ryan's already past you being able to fuck him up off his game just with pressure. He like that
right.
shit because he get to chuck that left hook
right.
at you.
Right, and we all know. I mean, we didn't have to see. We didn't have to hear WBC, clamor for it or vouch for it. We all know Eubanks Jr. is going to be added to the Canelo farewell tour.
Hell
It's
yeah.
something. It's something to knock off the bucket list.
Hell,
The
tell him.
UK 80,000 at Wembley. They
80?
all singing
Nah,
Sweet
you
Caroline
wildin'.
and shit.
If Eubank just did 65 with Ben, he's easily gonna do over 100 with Canelo. Canelo gonna bring his own traveling Mexicans plus
Yeah,
the
Oh
existing
yeah.
Canelo fans over there. Nah, we gonna easily. I mean,
yeah,
cause didn't AJ just do 100 or 99 or something, 95?
yeah. The stadium could hold it for sure. We're going to see Canelo knock him out, and then continue on his farewell tour.
Father gonna have to
But
scrape him
yeah.
up. That's gonna be epic.
Yeah.
Dad gonna have to scrape him up.
His dad going to be, and I was telling anybody that would listen, man, his dad going to show up. It's just good, entertainment. It's good build up for the fight. Some drama, the drama, the theater, the theatrics.
That would be a
Man,
good
it
fight,
just
man. Shout out to
You know, just like
Jeffrey.
Mayweather and Tank, man. Just like Mayweather and Tank be beefing, and then Mayweather show up in Tank corner. You know, his dad was always want to show up and beat up, man. But yeah, it was a good proper dust up. Great card. Good stuff, man. Shout out TBV. Smash that like button. It's free. Do something with yourself.
All right, champ. Yo, that's a good recommendation in the chat from Jeffrey. Duarte, Connor, fun fight. Fun fight. I
Yeah,
like that
fun.
fight.
I'm under the impression that I know that Canelo's going to be washed. I think he's on beat William Skull, but I think we're going to see some slippage. I don't know. Eubank Canelo might be close.
Canelo's still under 35. You do know that, right? I mean, he's been around for a long time, 61 professional fight, whatever, but he's not that old. It seems like he's been around forever, but I still think that he has some great fights left in the gas tank. It's just he's in a position where he's calling the shots. As far as this little thing about David the Monster Benavidez and him ducking him, I'm gonna tell you something right now. David the Monster Benavidez, in my opinion, is lucky that he didn't acknowledge him early. Because I think Canelo early on would have beaten David the Monster Benavidez. Now he's getting a little bit better, but for as all this hype about David the Monster Benavidez, my opinion is this: that I'm not sure if we're losing focus of who Canelo actually is. He went in against a lot of great fighters, and no one has ever even gave him a standing 8 count. He has an iron chin. He knows how to manage a fight. He fights the fight round 1 to 3 like this, 4 and 5, and then he knocks you down and gets a lead. He shits back to the back foot and allows you to come in. Canelo Alvarez is a master at that. He can cut the ring. He's sharp, man. And he's a kind of fighter, as he aged, he developed his fighting game where he shaved off things to be even that more effective. He's a dangerous fighter. Yeah, okay, he get a lot of criticism for this David the Monster Benavidez shit, but I still got to see that to believe it.
Let me get to these super chats. Adrian, $2. Nello versus Eubank is an absolute movie. Wembley Stadium emoji. One lump sum, $2. Account 2 was cool. Oh, accountant 2, he abbreviated. Accountant 2 was cool. Number 1 was better. Made him Rain Man. But he always had that, like, I guess you're saying number 1 made him Rain Man? I don't know. But because you put a question mark there, but I'm gonna say he always had that, right? That's his autism. That's his thing. The numbers. Kurt, welcome to the prospect level. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. It's absolutely free to do so. If you're watching this on X videos, don't forget to hit the retweet, repost. That's also free. X Spaces, retweet, repost. That's going to get us more listeners, potential new callers. We got Jay Augustus. Jay, what do you say?
Dad.
What up?
Yo.
What's up, brother?
Shout out to the boxing voice. Yo, can y'all hear me? How I sound?
You sound fine. Just take it away.
Ooh. Appreciate. All right, thanks guys. Accepting the call. How y'all doing today? Ness.
All good. And
Panel.
yourself?
What up?
What's up?
Yeah, Sunday activities, man. Sunday activities. Good card yesterday. I wasn't actually expecting that.
Yeah. Card,
Shout out to both guys.
Whoa. You said card. Tone seems to believe the card wasn't good. The fight was good.
I mean, Tone's king casual. He's supposed to feel that way.
So tell us, what did you like about the card?
I'm just a boxing fan, so I can watch boxing. I don't have to know the guys' names. If it's a fight, I'm watching it. I'm locked in.
Nice. Okay. Did you enjoy Steve McKenna?
Remind me which one that was. I'm not gonna remember. So you gotta give me a little bit of reminder. Which one?
The one that fought Liam Smith with the silver hair, the young kid, tall, long, lanky, great boxer, switched up, southpaw orthodox. Got to
I
knock
must have
down.
missed it. I was in and out. I'm not gonna lie. Saturday,
No worries.
it's the weekend. That's why I appreciate y'all on the live chat. Y'all help the real hardcore stay tapped in because we can't always be sitting in front of the TV.
You still there, champ?
Still here.
Okay.
So I was just saying I appreciate y'all the work y'all put in on the live chat.
And we thank you, man. I thank you for sure, man. Shout out to you for
Yeah.
rocking out with us. There's a lot of options out there.
When you a fan of boxing, you really only got a few, really. You either tap into what's live or you go back and rewatch some fire.
Word, man.
But I want to say you got to give respect to Eubank for taking that fight. Weight cut is serious. You could tell it was affecting him. It's got more people feeling like Conor Benn was doing what he wasn't doing. Not that Conor Benn was showing more skill, but you could tell the shots that he was landing was affecting Eubank. But I think we have to give more credit to the weight cut, not to so much to Conor Benn's power.
Oh, okay.
But,
So you thought the weight cut.
That's me. That's me personally. I that's what I feel.
Yeah, possibility for sure.
So I would want to see Conor in more like 154 fights, more 147, 154 fights.
Well, that's a crazy deep division 154. There's a lot of sharks there. All the champions, I think, beat Conor Benn, and
That
even
the
up
bell,
from
though,
the number.
Jay.
Yeah, it's strong. Thank you for
No.
calling in.
I mean, call me crazy. I guess Adames knocks him out, and maybe Johnny Beck knocks him out. Who's the other champ, right? You got Laura, who I don't think knocks him out.
At 160? Yeah. Okay.
Johnny Beck is the only other champ. It's Carlos Adames. I don't know. I just feel 54 is way more dangerous for Conor Benn. I mean,
Way more dangerous.
Fundora will do exactly what his sister does to all these girls because Conor would be just too small. Too small. And Fundora really knows how to throw uppercuts. Conor either needs to sacrifice and get all the way back down to 47 again, or only look for big fights at 60, named fights. The Laura fight, bring Laura to the UK. If you lose, no one cares because it's a world title fight in your hometown. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. 54 is dangerous, bro. I don't even think he beats Xander Zayas at 54.
No, he doesn't. I'm Erickson Lubin, Jesse Roman. You can go Callum Walsh. He's not beating any of those guys. That division is so dangerous, man. And then, so what do? You stay at 160. Jannerbeg has 2 belts. What does he have? The IBF and the WBO. I don't think he beats Carlos Adames. He's in a tough situation, but that's why the more we talk, bro, this rematch is looking more and more enticing.
That's what I'm saying. He's 28 years old, right? I wish Amin was on. I need me a hardcore for this one for sure. Because you're 28 years old. Like, how many more years you got? I mean, granted, look at Crawford. He's 37 years old. Canelo's 34 years old. The Charlos are the same age. You know what I mean? But those are guys that have been having world titles since, like, years ago. You know, those are is Conor on the level of those guys? Because if you believe Conor can be on the level of a Jermell Charlo who went on to Undisputed, Jamal Charlo is a 2-division champ. You know, Terrence Crawford, 2-time Undisputed, multiple division champ. Canelo, same credentials. Then yeah, 28 is not old, but 28, no title shot, no world title. We was just laughing at Frank Martin when he fought fucking Tank. Y'all called him a 29-year-old prospect. That's what y'all called him. And he lost to Tank, and he still ain't win a belt. You know what I'm saying? So, like, how many more fights does Conor really have? Does he go back down, struggle, kill himself to make welterweight, to go on this welterweight run? And do you believe in him to be successful? Or do you just keep getting these big money fights? A money fight with Laura, a money fight with Eubank Jr. again, a money fight with Danny Garcia. He said he wants to come back. Have Eddie get on his fucking job and get on the phone and get you a money fight with Danny.
Well, I mean,
that could be a good fight. That can be a good fight.
I think Conor Benn is only interested in big money fights at this point. A lot of those guys that you mentioned, respectfully, they're great boxers, but their names don't really bring you big money. I think Conor Benn would want the Devin Haney's of the world, the Ryan Garcias of
How
the
you gonna say that Chris, who he fought and brought him big money, won't bring him money? Danny?
Say that.
Well, I mean, you said the guys
Chris?
I mentioned. These are the guys I mentioned. I said
Oh,
Chris, Danny,
Chris brought
Laura.
him back. Well, there's a storyline with Chris, so he already got a bag from there.
All right,
Danny Garcia.
so the rematch is there. That's another bag. Danny Garcia is a huge name, multiple division champ. You bringing him to the UK, that's huge for them over there. You shaking your head because you don't know the history. An American fighting the Brit in their home country, it's huge. It's huge.
Nobody care about Danny.
That's what you
and
say.
Laura.
Meanwhile, Ricky Burns, look how well he did with Crawford. Nobody knew who Crawford was except us, hardcores. And when he went over there to fight Ricky Burns, it was big over there. Same thing for Bradley when he went over there to fight Junior Witter. I think you just don't know the history. You kidding me? An American goes over there. An American goes over there and gives a UK dude a world title shot. It's huge. The other one, Charles Martin. No one knew Charles Martin, but look at how many fucking seats AJ sold because he was a Brit getting a world title shot. I think you're wilding. I think you're wilding on that.
Actually, nobody still don't know who Charles Martin is. Like if I'm arguing somewhere
But
in a
that's my
barbershop,
point. That's my point. That in the UK, they only need you to be American. It don't matter who you are. If their guy is getting a title shot, look how big the fight is over there. But you don't get it. It's cool. That's up to the audience to decide who's right and wrong. Kell Brook, EJ, exactly. EJ wasn't big without a world title. He was asking Keith for a title. He went over there. How many sold in Sheffield? You underestimating the UK audience.
Well, that was fresh off a Floyd Money Mayweather cosign.
No, you mean the Triple G Kell Brook fight. Bro, you underestimating the UK audience. Even Triple G went over there to fight Kell Brook. Not over there, right? Did he go over there? Or was it, let me look it up. Did he go over there or was it just a fight with Kell Brook? I'm about to find out. You wildin', Tone. But I'm sorry, I stopped you in your mid-sentence. Just keep going. Ignore what I said.
I mean, in that build-up, they did mention Floyd Money Mayweather co-signing Earl the Truth Spence. And I'm not underestimating the UK audience. I love the UK audience. But respectfully, a Danny Garcia purse isn't bigger than a Ryan Garcia purse. A Danny Garcia purse isn't bigger than a Devin Haney purse. And to the casuals, nobody know who Charles Martin is.
I think it is, man. I think it is. Quick argument. Ryan Garcia is a bigger A-side than Conor. And Devin Haney, I don't know yet. We got to see what he does post the drama, right? Like, he hasn't done to get out of that yet. So that is the one that is murky, but he's still the A-side based off accolades and that he done pay-per-view. Now, again, Conor just did this massive fight. That being said, yeah, I think that those dudes, because those dudes are who they are, Tone, they also require a bigger purse. Danny being semi-retired, wanting to come back, he is a big name that's at a cheaper price. So the A-side gets more money because it costs him less to make a big fight. You're making a big fight with Ryan, you're getting closer to a 50-50 pot, even 60-40 Ryan's way, 7-30 Ryan's way. You doing a big fight with Devin Haney, same numbers. You understand what I'm saying? You doing a big fight with Danny, you getting the fan base of Danny, the name of Danny, but he can't come in there asking for 50. Can he even ask you for 40? You understand what I'm saying?
I mean, American audience still holds weight. A UK caller called today and was happy that America is talking about this fight. So the moment a Danny Garcia Conor Benn fight is announced, Americans, this podcast, the YouTube podcast, we're shitting on that fight. Chilaquiles. As soon as it's announced, they gonna be shitting all over that fight.
Not me, man. I mean, again, I'm recommending it, so I'll be behind it. Danny's already mentioned to me that he wants to possibly come back. I think it's supposed to be at 54, which would even suit Conor even better. But let me get back to the phone lines. Phone lines are open for those that want to use it. We are taking callers. We do want your thoughts on the fight or the fight card, however you want to do it. Real quick, let me drop a bomb for Rex out of Delaware. Rex sent in $25 for another virtual raffle ticket to the raffle that I am holding that will be over in 3 days. If you want to be part of the raffle and participate in this headgear, white leather headgear with gold metallic and red leather metallic with gold metallic stitching and white leather gloves for $25, you could get in this raffle, which we're going to be ending in 3 days. Shout out to Rex out of Delaware that sent his $25 to get into the raffle. This is actually his second virtual ticket, so he really wants it. Shout out to Rex. Hopefully, once you win, you announce that you're going to be fighting in Border Wars, because we would love to have you there. But if you want to participate in the raffle, now is the time to pause the screen, scan the QV code. This way you send the money to the right place. I don't want you sending the money to the wrong place, because I can't help you there. This is the Cash App. This is the Zelle. This is where you got to go. And yes, we're to the phone lines after I get to these super chats. But if you want to call in, Discord is available. X Spaces is available. And I'm about to spam my live chat right here on YouTube.com, where the conversation is always going in our live chat. Shout out to all the members rocking out, helping this channel stay live 7 days a week. We got Jerry Soriano, $2. I want round one to explain why Canelo didn't fight David Benavidez.
Well, look, hello?
No, nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, I can't explain why another man won't fight another man, and I'm not counting another man's pockets. Whether you think that it was over money or do you think it was over competition? I'm going to be honest with you. As looking back at David the Monster Benavidez, I would like you to take a view at his older fights during the time he first started calling them out. Instead of looking up, look down. Look at his footwork. He had 2 left feet at the time, David the Monster Benavidez. Do you think a highly skilled Saul Canelo Alvarez and young, experienced would have not have taken him apart? He would have pushed him to sides and angles in the fight. He would have been tripping over his own footworks. Now, I grant, look, David the Monster Benavidez is strong. He throws a volume of punches, and he's very exciting. The beating he gave Caleb Plant versus the knockout Saul did, it's up to you. Now, why he didn't fight him, I can't tell you that. You know, Saul has reached a point in his career, and David the Monster Benavidez was in a point in his career where I felt like he was tugging on Superman's cape. He was just asking for a fight. That's just another young fighter looking for a quick rise to the top. We see that a lot in the sport. It was up to Saul to turn around and acknowledge him. That's up to Saul. But as far as Saul avoiding him because what? He's scared of him? Yeah, right. Saul Canelo Alvarez will fight a grizzly bear. It's not that kind of fear. You know what I'm saying? It's not that kind of being scared of him. Strategically, money-wise, I have no idea. I would love to see that fight. And I'm in agreement, but it doesn't make him scared of him. You know, and if that train, that boat has gone by, then it's gone by. You know, and if you
Round
feel
one,
like he ducked him,
round one, what weight did your fellow Puerto Rican brother weigh in on fight night against Saul Canelo?
who you talking, Miguel Cotto's?
The
Oh,
last.
What weight did he weigh in? He weighed in the weight that was contracted on the contract when they both made weight. That's what weight he made weight in.
No, fight night.
You know what? I'm not there to guess how much weight he was or was not. I know the weight that he made for the fight.
Let me tell you
That's
what
all
he
he was
weighed 200.
obligated to make. I don't argue a weight that you put on after the fight. That was up to you.
Okay. Let me tell you, he weighed 200 pounds. Now, what
fine.
what race is Jaime Munguia?
Mexican.
You may feel like it's your time.
Did Canelo say before he fought Jaime Munguia, did Canelo say he wasn't going to fight? What race did he say he wasn't going to fight?
He said that he didn't like competing against his countrymen, which were Mexican, but ironically, throughout his beginning of career, he fought many Mexicans.
Okay, so after he said he didn't want to fight his fellow countrymen, what did he do?
After he reached a certain point in his career where that he felt that he's tried to boost up his countrymen, now he got to a certain point where he can change his mind and then give a young star from his country eyes and also an experience. I think that he had Jaime Munguia really hurt in that fight. And if you ask me, he could have finished him. But because he was Mexican, something tells me he took it a little easy on him. But he was trying to knock out Edgar Berlanga. There was a difference.
What did Jermell Hypnotic Charlo, John Ryder, Jaime Munguia, Berlanga do to deserve a Canelo fight over David Benavidez?
I'm not here to say rightfully so, semantic wise or morally. Morally, David the Monster Benavidez deserved the shot, but morally, he shouldn't have lost his own belt for outside recreational use. If he was responsible to the game, you gotta, and you're criticizing Saul Canelo Alvarez, well, you gotta point out David the Monster Benavidez's faults here. If he was dedicated, he should have never got his belt stripped, and he wouldn't have been in the situation he was in. Now, would he? From the outside crying in.
Next caller.
You got.
All right. We got Pat. What it do?
Mic check, 1, 2.
What's up, brother?
What's up, Round One? What's up, Two Tone, Super Estrella?
What up?
Ness, can you send me a link or something? How do we deal with the counter punch? I don't know how to do that. Can we do it from the UK?
Yeah. I mean, you can use PayPal, I guess you're in the UK, or you can use YouTube, right? Just put the $5 on YouTube, say counterpunch for Pat Bandero.
Oh, we can do that through YouTube then.
Yes, sir. It's just $5. $5 means you want to call back, so you can just put CP for Pat. And then I'll come back.
I think I tried with the YouTube stuff. I didn't manage. I got the stuff from I went to Patreon as well. Can we do that from Patreon or not?
No.
I'll try again from the YouTube thing.
What sort of peer-to-peer apps do you have?
At the minute, what do you mean peer-to-peer? Like at the minute, I'm using Discord, but I have a X.
Well, I mean for finances, I mean like Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Zelle. You know, those are ways to exchange money from peer to peer.
All right. I think I have a PayPal account.
There you go.
Sure one.
I'll send you my link, baby. Make it easy. You ready?
I'll try that.
Take it away.
Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Take it away.
So it was a movie last night. Really, that was a great fight. That was a great show. I don't want to see it again though. I have to take my crow for because I had Conor Benn, even though I was rooting for Eubank Jr., but I had Conor Benn because of that dehydration stuff. So take my call. But I'm glad Eubank Jr. got the job done though. I don't want to see it again. That was good for the show, but that's it. Back to real boxing now. Conor Benn, I think he can go back to 147, but he's not on the champion level yet. I mean, he's far from it. I think he had to get like at least couple fight before having like a title shot. I can see him like in a good day. I can see him like having a good fight with the Barrios because it's just because of the style. Conor Benn does have like a great style in the inside. He's not that good in the pocket. And that's how he got beat yesterday because he wasn't that good in the pocket. I'd like to see him to fight maybe like someone like Santillan or maybe is Josh Taylor still retired or he's still fighting? He's at 147, isn't he?
I don't think he moved up yet. I'll check.
We need that. I like that fight.
Yeah, if it's at 147, I could see Josh Taylor against Conor Benn. There will be a good money for him as well. So, and it will be a good test and a good name in his portfolio. So
He's fighting Esso Akuni. Yeah, it looks like he's moving up to 47, fighting Esso.
So yeah, I could if Josh Taylor get a win, I could see Josh Taylor against Conor Benn.
Name is. I'm pronouncing that bad, okay?
But yeah, apart from that, yeah, I think Eubank Jr. getting knocked out by Canelo and then saying bye bye to the boxing game. And yeah, Conor Benn he needs to work on. He needs to tighten it up in the inside. I mean, he's a really good mid range is all right, but in the inside job, if he's gone to the body yesterday in the round 5 or 6 or whatever, if he was gone to the body of Chris Eubank, he will have definitely won the fight. But that's where I see that he still needs to learn few things and be able to to go to the championship level. But he's not beating anyone as a champion at the moment. No one. I have not even any name. He will give a good fight to Barrios and that's it. But that's my call, man. I'll try that kind of punch stuff on the YouTube, bro.
All right. Yeah, you should be fine, man. All the other UK listeners are able to use YouTube, but I sent you the PayPal link to your DMs right here on Discord. I got Mr. PBC, Mr. Top Brand.
Hey.
What's up? Hey, Josh Taylor's ranked number 11 for the WBO at 147. For my man.
Oh.
Yo, what's good?
What up?
What up?
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah, it was good. Two-tone, that's all the rest of the hosts. Definitely the fight yesterday was good. I've been saying this for a while. Anthony Yard is probably, what do they call that stuff when a fighter's out there, he's at domestic level. He showed his domestic level in this. That was a little cat fight he had with Lennon Arthur. I don't think he could fuck with David. Yeah, play that one more again. I don't think he could fuck with David though. He showed that he went a trilogy with a dude named Lennon Arthur. I don't know why they had the trilogy. We've been asking for Black Panther versus Ludacris for a minute, but we haven't got it.
Hey,
Shout out to Conor Benn.
No, because I know that shit went over their head. They don't know who Black Panther is. That's Buatsi. Yo, Ludacris is Anthony Yard. That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. Black Panther versus Ludacris. We've been wanting that fight. You guys been holding it back. In America, we would have been had that one. I mean, David been up there for like 2 fights and already positioned himself and got a belt. Anthony Yard hasn't got a belt. He hasn't. The only belt he got is the one around his waist. But shout out to Conor Benn and Chris Eubank. I mean, Chris Eubank to me, he dominated that fight. He landed the better shots. Conor Benn was more smothered, more like behind the head, real risky, but no defense. And but Eubank, it shows that he has defense a little bit because he moved around, punches better. Conor Benn was just there. Um, I had Chris Eubank winning the whole fight. I don't see how people think it's a close fight. His punches were cleaner, more sophisticated, educated, classy. Conor Benn was just a street fight. Um, I don't want the rematch either. I'm tired of these rematches. We've already seen Rush Hour 4. We've seen John Wick 4. We don't want to see rematches and reruns. Just move on from it, and I'm good. I don't want to see Bill Better before. Please, that's my call.
Hey yo.
Hey, respect that. Respect that.
The thing is that look, this fight has a rematch clause. These dudes not taking big fights anymore without a rematch, man. Shout out to Earl, shout out to Porter, Danny. You know that those was non-rematch fights, man. Earl and Bud as well, no rematch. Like, well, nah, they actually had a rematch. See what I'm
Had
saying?
one.
Like,
Yeah, they had one.
they had one. Like, bro, it's hard to make a big fight without getting a rematch because they like, bro, how I'm gonna give you a chance or we gonna make the fight, you gonna win and walk away with that win. I want my get back. Most people want they get back.
And Ness, do you think they got a good thing here right now?
Who?
65. I mean, Conor Benn and Chris Eubank almost sold, almost like filled up like
Of course, they
70,000.
got
They
their
got a
own.
good
They got
thing.
their own
You should,
business. They
they
got to
should
go
just,
back to that shit.
right. Okay. All right.
Again, Connor needs to go back to it.
Okay.
Eubank is in the Canelo running. Eubank
Right.
got the
He got the
blessing of
win.
the WBC. He's closer to Canelo's weight. You know, he got more options. I mean, he could try to jump up. Well, nah, he's already too far because David moved up. This is why I hate that David moved up because I was going to say he could go to 65, 68 and fight David, but I forgot David moved up. I got Giza channel, $10. What about Ben versus Taylor at 147? Also, I feel like Ben needs to add to his team. He was fast as F. Maybe a Cuban coach can help amplify his footwork. Then all he needs is a jab. Beautiful night of boxing. Listen, jab he had, it's not abandoning the jab because he was hitting Eubank with a nice, solid jab. It's not abandoning that jab and getting in there and trying to just fight like he likes to do. One lump sum, $2. What's David's best fight to compare to Canelo? I mean, it's Plant. That's his best win. Right, Dave? I'm about to call you David. Oh shit. What's his best win? Or is that different from best win? That question.
Who, David Benavidez?
Yeah.
His best win?
No.
Let me
I don't
reread the
know.
question to you because I mean I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know how to interpret it. It's one lump sum. He says, "What's David's best fight to compare to Canelo?"
Best fight to compare to, bro. Canelo resume is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but Caleb Plant, the Caleb Plant fight would be the best one to, I mean, just to say, I guess the question is, what makes you think who did David the Monster Benavidez fight to rightfully say that he's on the level of a Saul Canelo Alvarez? What fighter on his resume?
Yeah, but we already seen that boxing that's not, like again, people thought Earl had a better resume than Bud
Yeah,
because he
that's
fought
opinion.
natural welterweights and look at what he did. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So resume
Well,
it goes so far.
right.
Sometimes, a person's skill is gonna go beyond that resume.
I have a question for both of you gentlemen on the right here, Ness and Tone. I want to bring back something that occurred leading into the fight. Remember Conor Benn's father saying that Conor Benn went and made this guy William Skull quit at 8 rounds. How much truth does that bring to light now against Saul Canelo Alvarez's future opponent here? And what does that say now?
Again, I said on that day that that's a father having to do what a father needs to do for his son. You know, you guys choose which father you want to believe. When it's Bill Haney saying something about Devin, we don't believe it. When it's Henry saying something about Ryan, we do believe it. You know, we got to pick and choose. Are we going to always believe the fathers or not believe the fathers? Because that was a father selling the fight. Just like the other father lied and said, I was always going to be here. This is part of the suspense. Of course I'm going to be here for my son. So, you know, people going to lie to sell tickets because it's a financial, you know, there's a financial, you know, reason. There's a motive there.
And then what the performance that Conor Benn put on to a much bigger fighter, how much credibility that bring to that story now? Like, do we believe it now, or do we believe it was a fighter selling the fight for his son after seeing that kind of performance against a much bigger guy? And now, does this does do something for the odds makers with the Saul Canelo Alvarez fight leading into it? How much credibility does that, with that kind of performance, give to that story that his father, most of us believe, was talking up his son? You know, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man.
We
We'll
will
see.
definitely see. Yeah, interesting though. Interesting. You know. So, but yeah, it's always a promoter or a father boosting up their son, and I'm in agreement with Ness on that. You know, but I just food for thought. How much does that? You know, how much stock do you put behind that leading into a fight? You want to put a bet on this fight, which we all think. I have Canelo in the fight. And I think he just might get that knockout he's been seeking. So we'll see. We'll see.
Well, you got to get past Skull, man. We'll see. We got Matt Bent, $102. Saul will fight a teddy bear emoji, but not duck emoji, a monster, respectfully. Jerry, $2. I expected that explanation. Anybody else is a duck. Geezer Channel, $5. I agree with you, Ness. Ben is a prize fighter. F it then. Get him in position. Let him get the bag. Money emoji. Plenty of fun fantasy fights for him. Tank, U-turn. Maybe he meant your turn. That's another good option. Tank. That's another good option. Tank. You got to look for those type of money fights, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, I think Alex said it, or whoever called in and brought up Hamza saying that there's no boxing skill there. There isn't. It's limited boxing skills. A lot of will, a lot of heart, you know, some pop, you know, great stamina, you know, and determination that he's dealing with, man. That's what he's working with. So we got to pick and choose these moves correctly, man. Unless we're wrong, unless he goes back down to welterweight and proves to us, nah, man, you know, I got gears. One lump sum, $2. You fight 3G 3 times, but duck David. David versus old GGG. One lump sum, $2. David ran to 75, still didn't get a big fight. Jerry Soriano, $2. What position did David put himself in? Number 1, interim? Haha, laugh out loud emoji. Jerry, $2. Tank, Canelo, duck emojis. Talk. What has he done in boxing? One lump sum, $5. I'm short on characters. Spent like 75 on super chats the last few days. That's how much. No. That's my lunch money. I appreciate you reading them and answering my questions. Nah, dope. All day. You know I appreciate it. Without you, there's no us. So yeah.
As far as how Canelo Alvarez fighting Triple G,
Okay.
is fighting Triple G and not fighting David the Monster Benavidez. At that time, David the Monster Benavidez wasn't selling more than Triple G. Triple G had his own star status, and it made dollars and cents versus fighting David the Monster Benavidez at the time.
Bandalorian.
Bondalorian.
What's good, y'all?
What's good?
Round one. What's good with you, Edwin? Two-tone, what's
What's good,
good, Ness?
baby?
How y'all feeling? Sunday
Chill.
What's
morning.
good, gang?
Hey, Tone, I just hopped on like about 15 minutes ago. Did you ask Ness if he knew who the Guat was?
I don't know what the hell that is. What?
Nah, I sent him I sent him
The Guat.
Who's
I sent him
that?
the video. That's that video I just sent you. Where I was
Where?
defending the queen in your
Oh, oh,
text.
oh, 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 yeah. I heard that. I
The
seen
Guat,
that. I
yeah.
seen that.
Yeah, Tone was on live clowning this morning, man.
Nah, man. Tone
Um,
always
yeah.
want to rag on my girl Clarissa, man.
Nah,
Nah.
Tone low key rock with it though. Yeah, he rock with it low key. The what's called though? Yeah, that event yesterday it was pretty solid. Ness, like I'm damn sure hating. Like for sure. Like, I was so glad, bro, who called before me when you played that round shit. I lost fucking $500 on that punk ass card because I knew that fucking yard. I bet on him to get the stoppage, and then fucking Eubank and Ben. I heard you say you won money because you bet on the decision. I just knew that shit wasn't gonna go the distance. So I lost 500 on that damn car. So I'm definitely hating on that shit. But it was a good ass car though. Aside from that, I was pretty surprised that like the Vidal Raleigh, that car was good because I was watching your watch along too with Brandon Glanton and CBS fight. That was a pretty solid fight too. But I was surprised at Aaron McKenna. He did his thing against Beefy for real. I said Beefy might need to, I don't know, either drop down the level or hang him up for real.
Nah, McKenna
What you gonna say?
shined, bro. McKenna shined, man. I picked with him because I've been rocking with him, but he shined. He impressed me. I didn't know he was able to switch like that. I got to see him versus somebody else now. That's a former world champ. He put hands on. He even dropped Liam, bro. Like
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
54%
at the
knockout
end.
ratio, man. He shined last night, bro.
I said, I think yeah. When I was watching it, I tweeted, I said he needed to change his name to the Menace, Liam the Menace McKenna. I said, cause that motherfucker was, and that shit getting down for real on Beefy. Well, I know Beefy done had the layoff and all, but I was like you, I ain't think he was gonna real deal cook like Liam like that. So I was like, damn, but like he did his thing. And aside from that, yeah, what you said with the other caller too before me, yeah, Conor Benn, he was doing solid on the inside and with his jab, but like you said, he abandoned that shit. If you seen them CompuBox stats they showed, I think they said Eubank Jr. he threw and landed 100 more jabs than Conor Benn did, and I said the same thing. I said he really essentially lost that fight just off of a jab. You know, I said if he just kept sticking to his jab and then of course went to the body more, he'd have had more success and shit because I don't know how they didn't think like maybe Eubank Jr. core was cooked. That's what I thought they would have went for the inside uppercuts to the solar plexus or something. Just I don't know, but just attack the body. That seemed like that made the most sense, man. Aside from that, I agree with you though, and everybody else who done said like no, like I get it. I know Eubank Jr. I think they said he making 10 mil. I remember at the ring or whatever event they had, the awards. Conor Benn, he said he told Turkey and them he just needed at least 6 million quid or whatever. So I get it, they made a lot of money. If they running back this whatever, but I'm like hell no. Nah, I don't want to see it. I don't think they should necessarily. It ain't no need, especially with all this hassle they talking about, the struggle that Eubank Jr. had to go through to get down to the weight and the hydration clause and all that stuff. But like man, if I was Conor Benn team and stuff, I know it seemed like Eddie literally seemed like the only one who want him to move back down. I think that's what he should do too. I think he should fight the IBO champion either at 47 because I heard like you were saying yesterday he shouldn't get that title shot off for a loss, but I think he should fight either I think his name Papat or whatever Papo. I think it's probably how you pronounce it. I think he's number 3 in the WBO. Or he should fight either Abel Ramos or somebody because after he had after Brian Norman, beat Sancheon, I remember he called out man. What's called it? Run me for a counter this. Run me for a counter real quick. I remember he had Brian Norman Jr. He called out Conor Benn, and he said that same thing you had just said. Brian Norman Jr. said he was like, as a matter of fact, he was like, nah, he was like, forget Mario Barrios. He was like, I'd like to go over there to the UK and I'd like to fight Conor Benn. So I'm like, you, that would be perfect. If what's called Brian Omajiri going to do his thing with Sasaki, which I think he will, I think he going to flatline Sasaki. Like, it is what it is with that fight. But he go over there and do his thing. Then after that, Conor Benn, he come back later in this year, and he end up fighting, like I said, probably the IBO champion at 47, or like you said, either the Josh Taylor Echo Estimate winner or something like that. But he get him one fight, and he end up getting ranked in the WBO or something. That's a perfect fight because Conor Benn, he could sell in the UK, and Brian Norman, he said he want to go to whoever backyard anytime. So that'll be perfect if they can make that. But yeah, I think he should do his thing at 47 because yeah, I don't got him beating no damn body at 54 like at all. I don't got Conor Benn. He was solid yesterday, but yeah, I don't see it at 54. So and if he go to 47 too, he need to stay his ass away from Boots like he said he was supposed to. So you know, it's crazy in that squad go. We was talking about this in the space yesterday, right? I was at Karen and Boots 2 fight, right? So Conor Benn was talking to all those fans and stuff. They were like, "Hey, you'll fight Boots when he beat Karen and stuff today." And you like, mate, you like, what you think I'm here for? Of course I'll fight him. I'll fight anyone. I kid you not, Ness. I promise you, I put this on my life. All the people started interviewing him. They put them cameras and shit in his face. That motherfucker said, I mean, let's be honest. Who knows John is in the UK? Why would I fight him? What is that going to do for me? I said, oh, damn. I said, he pulling one of them moves. So I don't even care for that fight. Cause I know he don't really want it his damn self. But aside from that, that's what I like. So him go back to 47 and get some rest because he damn sure took some damage. That was a good-ass fight, though. I can't lie. I just was hoping that one of them put each other down. But aside from that, it was a good fight, and I can't hate on it. But I'm for sure hating on Yard. I'm with you, Tom. Fucking feed his ass to the Cuban Kukui. Fucking feed his ass to the Mexican monster. But that motherfucker need to go down. I'm out next. Let's hit that damn round shit again, man. Appreciate it.
Hit what again?
The round shit. Ain't no more lions in the camp. It's fucking kitty cats in the camp. Fuck all that lions in the camp shit.
The cat soundbite. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, that little round sound, man. Ain't no fucking lions in the camp. That shit over with, man. But that's all I got.
champ.
Appreciate
You
it,
the
man.
man. You the man. Looks like we got Dr. Sebi.
Dr. Sebi?
Man, I'll just take off from where he took off from. When you don't have a real professional boxing coach as your trainer, you end up plateauing and looking like Anthony Yard. It's just not, he has no skills. None. He doesn't deliver good punches. I didn't even watch it because I can't even watch it. I can't even watch Cousin. Listen, I love that you got our African brothers in there. Shout out to Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Troye. But I don't want to see Anthony Yard in there with nobody who has elite experience. He's going to get stopped, and he's going to get brutally stopped. He's garbage. I love him, but he's garbage. Conor Benn is he tries to have a relentless style like his father when he could really just tighten up his skills and be a decent fighter at 147 or 140. I watched a little bit of his highlights. I mean, he's been sat down on his Heineken by lesser fighters. There's no way he was going to beat Chris Eubank, and he only hurt him because of the weight cut and his punch resistance was down, and Eubank didn't have the energy. Weight cutting is serious. All of it can be fixed with a vegan diet. Chris Eubank did control him with the jab all night. He kept jabbing and hooking off the jab. One time he hurt Conor Benn with a double hook because he caught Conor Benn standing up too tall in the pocket with the guy. I watched the fight last night. Some people claim I don't watch these fights, but you know, boxing has rules. I don't like to watch trash, but I didn't order it. It was on YouTube like directly after the fight, and I watched it, and it was cringy. It was kind of cringy. Me and my man Coley were kind of laughing at it because it was cringy. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
That's
dude was
nasty
dead.
work, Troy. I gotta take a shot. Two grown
What do you
ass
think?
men, and y'all can't go 1250 on the fight.
Man, I wasn't ordering it. I'm
Motherfucker
not
said I
ordering it.
waited till the shit was over. It's two of
No, I
y'all.
didn't.
God damn it.
I didn't even
$10
want to
a
watch it.
pop? $10
We
a
wasn't gonna
pop?
order it. Period. No, we wasn't gonna order that. That's not something we
Shit.
ordered. We didn't even
Hamza,
wait till it was
we
on YouTube.
outside.
We
We
just seen
outside.
it on YouTube and looked at it, and my man left and went and hollered at his girl, and I finished watching the
We
Sergeant.
streaming Fire Stick Boys back outside.
We don't
We
even
not
got a Fire Stick.
respectfully.
We
We
got
not
this
paying
on.
for that. That's not how
We
this
got this
goes.
on.
Fire Stick Boys back.
Tone
It
still
was a
ain't
deeper dark.
re-record that neither. Tone, you lazy, man. Why you so lazy?
Man,
I ain't think you
you
was
gotta
like
do
that. You
that,
gotta
Tom.
re-record that, man.
How I gotta?
You do.
That's too hard. That's too hard to re-record. That was in the moment.
Man, if you don't get out of here,
Man, it
perfection.
was a deeper, darker criminal link on YouTube for us to watch. So we got the deeper, darker criminal link. And that's my favorite thing. So y'all hit up that IG. I'm gonna break down some more
Champ.
Canelo. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You heard how I feel. I'm not trying to get you to say that he could win because I don't think he would win. But how does that Laura Ben fight look to you?
Laura is a very hard puncher, and Ben is very small. And I mean, I love my man Danny because he knows me, but he doesn't really know me personally, but he knows me by Troy King. And you see, Danny didn't really want it when he started getting hit with those shots. He could get hurt by Laura, and he's not a real 160 pounder because I noticed in the weigh in he can only get to 156. That means he's a legitimate 140 pounder. He can stretch it at 47, but I would chill out with that. If you want to make some paydays, get him a good payday with like Ryan or Devin Haney or Teofimo or somebody like that. But trying to get in there with leave Johnny Bet for Coley or a real middleweight because he fighting people with blonde hair. He ain't really Heems. It's just deeper, darker criminal links with this boxing. Ben took some punishment. You know what I mean? He took some real punishment. Chris Eubank took punishment because of the weight cut and the punch resistance. That's why he was getting hurt. Man, y'all gotta get on the vegan diet. It's just like, what are they doing? I think Mario Barrios is about to get some work with Pacquiao, so be looking for that. I heard in the deeper, darker links, non-criminal. So yeah, no, I think that I would know that Laura could definitely stop Chris Eubank. But if he for the pay,
Well, I
you gotta
meant
get
Ben. I
paid for
meant
that.
Ben, but damn, he
I
stops
mean Ben,
Eubank?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I mean Ben. Yeah, Ben. Uh Crawford would stop Eubank though. He would stop Eubank. I don't want to see Canelo in there with him. I'm gonna let you get to the callers. Hit the IG. I'm breaking down all films on IG. Old school, new school. We're gonna do like a whole week of Canelo because he got a lot of film we need to go over. So I appreciate you guys. Shout out to Tom. Shout out to my man. Who else you got on there? I heard him. He has some decent boxing knowledge. And then shout out to the Nest and a boxing voice. I'm on your ass, Paul. Yes,
Hamza,
sir. Yes, sir.
your breakdown of Mayweather Castillo 1 was probably one of the greatest breakdowns of all time. Because I've always said Floyd lost that fight, and you made me see that shit different. Y'all need to watch his Floyd Mayweather
No,
Castillo
you gotta
breakdown.
watch the breakdown on YouTube, bro. Like you gotta really watch that. Like even though he had a torn cuff, man, Floyd. When I do the boxing breakdown, I'll call every move they doing during the film study. Like man, Floyd was doing some shit in that fight, dog. And Floyd was fighting left-handed and right-handed. And the reason why it made it a difficult fight for Castillo because Floyd got good foot movement and Castillo got points taken for holding and doing some dirty shit. But it wasn't as hard as fight as people think. And the second fight probably was even easier because he was just moving like so much. And if you want to watch that how Floyd was against Castillo, watch the second Maidana fight. because Floyd is just to him to be able to move like that at that age and fluidly, bro. You really got to watch his skill set, bro. But the breakdowns is coming. People been wanting me to do that for a while, so I just really got on my gram and start doing it. So if y'all want me to break something down, shoot it to my DM. I'm gonna give it. It can only be 3 minutes, but I'm gonna break it down for you. And break some fighters down that you guys never seen before, like the Jake LaMotta's and them guys. Them niggas is real in there. All right, have a good one. I
All
got
right.
you.
Peace.
Jersey Bob. Jersey Bob. Jersey Bob.
What do you think about
Two
I want
tone
Sean.
Ness.
Go ahead, Jersey.
Ness, how you get Canelo's uncle to work with you? Two tone, you was this joker man. I don't know why he would fight David Benavidez. You know why? He didn't want that smoke. He fought Triple G when he was younger. He looked at David Benavidez and said, "I ain't want no parts of that young boy." Tell the truth. That's the truth of it. If he told me he don't know why. I know why. He ain't want no parts of that man. We all know it. But anyway, Ness, you gotta leave these old guys alone. I was a fan of the man, and I ain't gonna say his name. He quit. He quit against Laura. He quit in the ring. He got hit with a jab, went down like I can't get up. Stop, man. Don't bring that guy back. The man quit his last fight. And you talking about you want him to fight Conor Benn? Come on, man. Stop. He better keep promoting. And I like the man. That's why I ain't gonna say his name. But he quit, Ness, and you know he quit against Laura. He quit. And you want him to fight again? Tell him to keep promoting and stay out the ring. And I'm a fan of him. That's why I ain't gonna say his name. But unfortunately, I couldn't see the fight yesterday. I was heading to a funeral. I guess I'm about to watch it on YouTube. Like Troy said, it was on YouTube. I just ain't watch it yet. It was definitely on YouTube. I definitely gonna watch the fight. I ain't expect to be. All these people said it was fight of the year. I ain't expect that out of that fight, honestly. Because if I was home, I probably wasn't gonna pay for it. But that's boxing. Sometimes you get a great fight. Sometimes you get a dud. But next week I'm gonna pay my $90 and see those fights. But Canelo's uncle. I guess you worried about losing to William Skull, who lost to a 47-pounder. Ben was beating him up in sparring. I guess we supposed to be worried Canelo might lose to him. That's what Canelo want. He want them cherry picks. He ain't gonna fight nobody real anymore. Canelo's uncle, you got anything to say about that? Is Canelo ever gonna have a real fight again?
He's
Or he
not
gonna keep
on. He's
fighting
not
William?
on. It's just me and
Oh yeah,
Tone.
he left. Oh my bad. Well, that dude's crazy, man. Trying to protect Canelo. You know, Ness, he didn't want no parts with the Mexican monster. We all know it. He didn't want no part. I don't care who he fought
So
before.
you ain't watched
We
Conor
all grew
Ben
up.
and Eubank? You rather talk about Canelo and David? What the fuck is going
Nah,
on?
man, I was driving to Virginia, man. I had to drive Virginia. I drove back yesterday, man. I was 3 hours there, 3 hours back. Couldn't see it.
Come on, champ. Let me
I went to a
let me
funeral,
get to
man. I
some
couldn't
people. Let
watch
me
it.
get to some people
But
that
I'll
watched
try
the
and watch it
fight, man. Let me
today.
get to some people that watched the fight.
I saw Dan Rafael almost fighting here. I saw a lot of people
Yeah, that's
was
what we
talking about how
talking
great a
about.
fight
We
it was.
we talking about instant classic and fight of the year candidate, man. You talking about Canelo?
My man just get on my nerves talking about Canelo. He
They
don't know
asked
why
they
he
asked
wasn't
him a
gonna fight
question
Dave
though.
Benavidez.
That was Jerry. That was Jerry trying to change the subject again to David. Jerry asked him that question because Jerry probably didn't watch the fight.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I am gonna watch it on YouTube today though. Like I said, it was on YouTube. It was on like 3, 4 places. I just didn't have a chance to watch it yesterday. But anyway, Ness, y'all, you have a good night, man. Leave that old man out the ring. Tell him to promote for real. And I'm a fan of him. That's why I ain't say his name. Let that old man go out. He quit. Ness, you know he quit against Laura. He quit. We don't want to see him anymore.
Multiple people come back from their retirements, my brother.
But he quit. Ness, you saw him quit.
Multiple people
Laura was getting
quit. Multiple people quit, man. Listen, I ain't ring no bell, so you know I gotta go.
all right.
Malcolm, what up?
But as I said, I'm a fan of his. But come on, man. Let that old man Just let him retire.
Hey man, I'm sorry, bro. I love I love a comeback story, man. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Oh
Yo, yo.
shit, Nigel being want that squabble again. Okay.
He wildin', trying to get a fucking
Yo,
exhibition.
y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. And Chris too old. Chris too proper to even give him that rematch. You know, I'm too old.
All right, yo. Shouts to Boxing Boys. I want to say, I want
You
to
got
salute to
bad service,
round
man. You
one,
got
man.
bad service, man.
I
Where
fuck
you
with
at?
him.
You in the Arizona desert? Where you at, bro? Yo, yo. All right. Stone Bone. If you're watching this on YouTube, smash the thumbs up. If you're watching this on X Video, hit that repost, retweet. X Spaces, you're listening? Hit that retweet, repost. We're trying to get more listeners, more viewers. Those become new callers. Stone Bone Boxing, Colorado. What up?
What up? What up? Man, let me keep hooking up to my Bluetooth. I'm trying to disconnect. What up?
Now you sound great.
Okay, yeah, keep connected to my Bluetooth. I'm in the whip, man. Just came out the furniture store. You know, the wifey buying the kids beds and shit. But yeah, man, good fight, man. That's pretty much kind of what I expected it to be. Like when they talked about Bud fighting Eubank, I said we'll stop him. I said it on the show. It's on the record. If we would have fought him, we would have stopped him. Just from seeing him up close when we was down there in Vegas, you see the flaws. You see his his, his punch durability is starting to deteriorate. You know, like that's why Bomac was trying to have him fight in a style to protect that chin a little more. So he lucky he didn't get in there with Bud. That would have been his retirement fight. We'd have put him out. But Danny is a big fight for Conor Benn over there. Listen, anytime as an American fan, we should be looking for a big fight opportunity for an American, even if it's the old guy or what about a young guy that would be a matchup going there with him? Like there's some young guys at 54 that he wouldn't be favored to, but at 47 he would like he wouldn't be favored against a Norman, but if a Norman go over there and fight him, that's a multi-million-dollar fight for him. That's a life-changing type payday for him. You know what I mean? Like if he would have fought Boots, that would have been a huge fight. Like it still is. Boots talking about going to 54, so him and Boots at 54 is still a huge fight. Like the UK don't throw they guys away when they lose like that. They let them get another fight, let them come back, see what they got, let them become a contender. They give them a chance to upset a champion in their home. Whereas in America, we kind of look at once a guy lose, like if he fighting the champion, then it's a cheap fight for the champion. And over we see the upset, like what J Rock did, what guys who have lost come back to do. The Tevin Farmers, guys can come back and keep going. So when guys give you fights like that, he fought up in two weight classes against a guy who had been fighting at 68, and he's not a big welterweight. He's shorter, wide, and I guess he was clean in this fight, and he put on a good performance. So I want to see him come back. I want to see what Eubank. I want to see what they both do next. But I really don't want to see them fight each other again. I feel like he was small. He needs to fight guys that like a Garcia, like a Laura, guys like that'd be a decent fight for him or for us to watch. You know. So all right, man, y'all have a good one, man. That was a good little scrap, man. The UK, you know what I mean? They did one. All right.
All right. Philly Rican.
What it do, champ? Shout out to Ness and Two Tone
What
and
up?
everyone that be listening to the Boxing Voice #1 boxing podcast. It was a great fight, man. I think they went to war. Obviously, Crawford is more accurate with his punches. He doesn't. Eubank don't stand no chance against Crawford. It could be at 160, it could be at 154. He just doesn't stand a chance. It was a great fight though. He pushed through. you know, there was times where at the very end you probably thought that he was gonna get knocked down. Um, but he did his thing, man. He pulled through like a champion. Like there was nothing stopping him from getting the victory that he wanted, man. So I mean, it was a great fight. Yo, I had a question. If I don't got a fire stick, but I still watch it for free, am I still considered a fire stick boy?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yo, why does Saunders look Billy Joe Saunders look that big? He look like Naz, you know what, the alcapurria, like all the fritura we cook down in Puerto
Yeah,
Rico?
yeah, yeah.
Yo, it looked like he been through like a banquet of them things, like 10 empanadillas, 5 alcapurria, 2 fucking relleno de papa. Like he looked like
Nah,
he
he
got a
looks big.
cholesterol problem. Yeah, man, that's just crazy. All right, well, that's pretty much my call for today. Y'all have a great weekend. I'm getting ready for the NBA playoffs. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend.
You too, champ.
Salute.
Pancho and Stockton. What up? Pancho. Pancho, going once. New to Discord, Pancho. You gotta find a way to, accept the invite. Are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
We hear you now.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Two Tone? What's up, Ness? Who else is in the crew panel?
Solo, just me and Tone.
Nah. Just calling in. It's been a long time listening. It's been a while. A quick question. What do you say about Conor Benn fighting Virgil at 154? Ortiz.
Yeah, no, I mean
How do you
that's
see
a
that
that
fight?
that's a good fight. I just think everything is tough for Conor at 54, man. I think those guys are pretty dangerous. He's got to be strategic. That Virgil fight is a tough fight for him. It's gonna take a lot of you know years out of his career. If he went,
Yeah.
the style of fight
Yeah.
that he fights with Virgil, who punches like that. I mean, that shit could be dangerous.
It's because you don't want him to drop down to 147. You don't want that effect of Roy Jones came back down. You want him to gradually come back down to 147, or not even that. How about 147 with what's his name? The Ric Flair guy, Blair the Flair, 147.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
do you see
man.
that?
I say try to get down there nice and smooth and softly, without getting in too many issues.
Yeah, because he's a bigger name, I would say, than who else at 147. Because you don't want him to go straight to boots, or I mean, that's pretty much. And then somebody called was talking about Canelo 168 versus Eubank. You really think they could do that after what? After the Crawford fight? If Canelo
I,
beats
I
Crawford
I don't
in
know
September?
when. I don't know when. I just know that Mauricio said he would definitely push for that.
Yeah, nah, that's easy money right there for Canelo. That's I don't know about that. I don't know. Canelo should be fighting the Mexican monster. That's what he should be doing. But yeah, I mean, what else? Who? I mean, that's pretty much it, man. Well, I'll let you guys go because I know you guys got a lot of people probably waiting, to call. So shout out to the Boxing Voice and subscribe and like. Thanks. Have a good one, guys.
Peace.
All right, man. All right. Real quick, man. Real quick. Let me get rid of that and time to update and make some announcements here. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. Shout out to the sponsors making our event on August 2nd possible. Without them, we wouldn't be able to fly tone out to give you that excellent commentary and just bring the energy. Shout out to Sarafina Management. Shout out to B3 Boxing Picks. Shout out to excuse me, Cam Promotions. Shout out to the IBO. Is going to make sure we get a fight night belt. Hopefully, I'm asking for a fight night belt. This way we can have a WBC fight night belt and an IBO fight night belt. You know, maybe first and second place. I don't know. Maybe fight of the night takes both straps, you know. Shout out to the IBO and shout out to the WBC amateur. Shout out to USA Boxing for encouraging the boxing voice to turn our smoker events into USA Boxing events, and it is growing little by little due to the fact that we're on USA Boxing. So if you have a USA Boxing book, you can fight on our card. That's going to be August 2nd, Saturday in Wisconsin, Watertown, Wisconsin. Shout out to Old School Boxing, Adrian Rowan, making Wisconsin an amazing location where now we're going back to the well with Wisconsin. I think this is now our 4th time doing border wars there. Shout out to Fight Book for also being part of getting this event off the ground. We still need many, many more sponsors to make sure that this thing happens. But shout out to everyone that is a part of this event. And if you want to be a part of this event, whether that's compete on the card or support this card to make sure that it happens, contact me on Instagram at The Boxing Voice. That's THABOXINGVOICE. We're trying to make this Border Wars greater than the last. In order to do that, we do need to be able to fly Brandon in Houston to the event. I need an extra cameraman. You know, we had one live action cameraman. I want another live action cameraman on the left versus a still camera. This way we don't lose anything. You know, I had Miles in DC. He feels some type of way. He's like, yo, it's a conspiracy. When I heard Lobo, you can't see it. If it wasn't for my girl recording it, you know, so I feel bad and I want to do better, but we need the help of the community to make it happen. Contact me and be a part of making sure we get this and all our border wars events off the ground. That being said, back to our regularly scheduled program. We're going out to the callers. I got Alex Vega. What it do?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Right. Good afternoon, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Got a nice show going. Yeah, no, wait. You know what? First of all, I want to piggyback off of what you're saying. You know, I always see people being very supportive of not just UNES, but also of Border Wars, the fighters, and the events. And I can tell a lot of people, you know, they want it to be brought to this city and they want to see more, you know, be able to have more content, you know, to have the event be so big. And the way it can become bigger, Ness does his part, you know, the fighters try to do their part, but it's really the community. The community's is the backbone. We can only go as far as y'all push it. So one way to do that, I know a lot of y'all have your own companies, financial companies, credit repair, apparel. You know, we've had people. You know, I remember what's the one dude, Fernandez. You know, he came out there to Florida. He had a whole bunch, a rack of shirts, was selling it right then and there. You know, so yeah, definitely. I think if you guys, you community members, you know, help sponsor, man. That money goes a long way, and Ness has shown you that he's gonna invest it into Border Wars. Border Wars is his baby, and you know, the community, y'all usually look out. So yeah, man, just think about it. You know, let's put some money into Border Wars. And Watertown, you know, Milwaukee, Adrian, they've been doing a fabulous job. They're gonna have to call that boxing town with all the events Border Wars is doing over there. And Ness has always spoken, hey, we want it to be bigger. We want to bring it to Atlanta. People want it in San Diego. Okay, well, without money, until this Border Wars really starts paying for itself, it's going to rely on us, the community. So just asking for y'all to step up, like a lot of y'all have. You know, y'all that are thinking about it, or it just never been a thought. Like, hey, you got your own company, or you can talk to your boss, or whatever may case may be. Yo, man, yeah, hell, Border Wars out. So yeah, man, for sure, August 2nd, baby. It's gonna be a movie, man. I gotta admit, I was uh I was wrong. I thought this. I didn't think Eubank was gonna care about the fight, and from the reaction from I could see just the punch test, the highlights, that shit mattered. And because it really mattered, because these guys truly hated each other, they fought their hearts out. It really showed. We don't get that a lot, and maybe I've been conditioned too much to not really believe what these guys say they feel, and that's what they did. They went, they put out, and they set a bar really high. You got to give it to these UK guys, bro. They really they really show grit. They really put their heart, and these guys put their heart. They left it out in the ring. And I'm just hoping, that the rest of the boxing world takes note. These guys leverage their names, their fathers' legacies, to go ahead and make a huge event, make a lot of money, and to put on for boxing. I'm sorry?
No, keep cooking.
Okay, so all these other fighters, man, I just can't wait. I can't wait to see if these other guys are they gonna go for the build up aspect, or they're gonna go for what truly matters to me. Me talking as a boxing hardcore, the product you put in the ring. Because I think if that fight was a dud, yeah, it made money. Yeah, they had a lot of content. But because of what they did in the ring, that's what's really got everyone buzzing. That's what really got people want to see. They want to see these guys throw 1,700 punches, see these guys land over 500 punches on each other, see these guys hurt each other again, possibly, right? They're already talking about, I think, September, as long as everybody's, healthy. Which, I mean, listen, if you just put on a show in front of 65,000 people, how could you not want to do it again? Unless, of course, Eubank's like, yo, I won. That weight cut was ridiculous. What I had to go through in that ring was too much. I think it's definitely understandable. But I think just to be able to do that for your, like they said, a family legacy for your country, and also for the boxing world, I think it's going to be a hard opportunity to pass up. Obviously, I think there's only one other fight for Eubank, which is obviously the Canelo fight, right? And then for Ben, yeah, he's in a really interesting spot. Could he now go and take the Devin Haney fight away? I mean, the Ryan Garcia fight away from Devin Haney. I doubt he wants to fight Boots. But if he does, that man right there, you got to give him all the respect if he were to do that. But I think it's pretty obvious he's going for that WBC strap. I think really what he's going to do if he doesn't get the Eubank rematch, it's to wait to see what happens with Barrios Pacquiao, fight the winner of that. So we'll see what happens, man. Boxing, it's changing, week by week, day by day. Anything can happen. And like I said, I was wrong. So, hey, that I like to be wrong about me believing a fight's gonna be bad. That's what I want. I want good fights. So shout out to them. Shout out to boxing, and shout out to y'all. Y'all have a good one.
All right. Appreciate you. I got Malcolm on the check-in. What up?
Yo, we good now?
Yep.
All right, shout out to Boxing Voice. Shout outs to Two Tone, man. Shout outs to you, Ness. Fuck with y'all, man. And damn, it's unfortunate round one got off, man. I wanted to holler at him, man. I fuck with him. But yo, serve me up my crow, bro. You already know.
Crow?
Yeah, I need that crow, man. I need that serving. Yeah, originally I picked Eubank. I kind of flip-flopped and said Ben because of the whole weight problem. So I mean, either way, no matter who won, I was gonna fucking get some crow. Amazing fight. Amazing fight. I can't complain at all. Yeah, man. Shout out to Chris Eubank. You kind of drained yourself. It's not like you were forced. You know what I'm saying? Nobody brought you down, but you couldn't really make the weight anymore. We didn't really realize it. You struggled with the weight. You had to deal with the hydration clause. You got fined, so I know mentally that played some kind of factor. Like 500K. So he did what he had to do, man. It was looking a little bad in the beginning of the fight. Conor Benn pressing the action. He was leading off with the jab, and he was able to land that right hand. Eubank got the little low lead hand. The jab was okay, but it really had no speed to it. It didn't have too much of a pop. You could definitely tell the weight cut mattered. And, he was just getting caught in the beginning rounds. But at some point, Conor Benn, he got a little too much into the brawling. He let Eubank get comfortable. Even in the pocket, Eubank made sure to always clinch. And there was at times he was even the bully. And I seen that the size kind of mattered because he was able to push Conor Benn back. And Conor Benn showed us, man, he's pretty bad off fighting off the back foot. He looked atrocious whenever he got pushed back. So it goes to show us, man, if he can't be the aggressor and really get that off and push you back, you're gonna have success against him, But his punches, I'm not gonna lie, he got some fucking fast hands. I didn't realize how fast he was, but everything was coming off explosive, and his punching power is not like what it was. Let's be real. It's not how it was when he beat out Jerry, and we already know what's up. Shout outs to the eggs. But it is what it is, man. So shout outs to Eubank. I don't know what's next. I keep hearing, the Canelo fight. He's absolutely gonna get stomped. I'm glad that him and his pops are back together. I don't know what's next for him. I don't really care too much if that sounds fucked up, but I don't see him winning a belt. Conor Benn, it's a little bit of a different story. I just feel like he's food for everybody. I don't see him winning a belt either. The WBC route, I think that's cool, but he's just not who we really thought he was. I don't think we thought too much of him, but yeah, I don't know, but I just see him losing to everybody, man. They probably Eddie Hearn's probably gonna get him a win somewhere, and then they might sacrifice his ass. So that's that. But yo, Anthony Yard, horrible. That was like the worst fucking fight I've seen in a minute. I wish, and I don't know how much boxing politics will play a role. I'm willing. I want him versus Najee Lopez. Najee Lopez is ready for that, man. I have no like worries about that fight, but I don't know how that shit works with Pro Box and the Zone and all that shit. But I would like for him to get a fight with Anthony Yard to a undercard to like a Berlanga Plant or some shit, assuming that happens. But yeah, man, that's all I really got to say. Shout out to the Boxing Boys. Shout out to you guys. I'm gonna keep tuning in.
Peace.
All right, Malcolm, appreciate you. Hawk, Maryland.
Yo,
You.
what up, Ness? How you doing today?
Chilling, champ. What up with you?
Ain't too much, man. Hit the like, everybody. Subscribe. BBB is number one. Who you got with you? Two Tone?
Yes, sir.
Big
Oh,
Tone
what
in the
up, Two
bed.
Tone?
What up?
Oh, that's hey, Butch, hey, much. Let me think. That Chris Eubank and Ben fight, man. First of all, no rematch is necessary. As far as Eubank is concerned, I wasn't looking at it the way. I mean, that was the icing was the father showing up at the last minute. Nobody knew. They can't replicate all that shit that happened in that fight. Wondering if Ben was going to be if Junior was going to make the weight and all that coming in. It was inches and getting charged. All that was the perfect storm. Then the thing about it is not like watching Adrian Broner, somebody who was trying to get rich. We watched two men born rich, born millionaires fighting like they was poor. It ain't about the skill level as far as boxing go in that instance. Because dog, they gave everybody what they wanted. They not top 10, top tier fighters like A+ fighters, but that was an A+ fight, bro. They gave her everything. And they not two dudes trying to get rich. These boys both millionaires born rich. That was everything I like about boxing, bro. Them two boys gave it everything, bro. Glad I said Eubank at the end of that, at the beginning of that fight, because once his father showed up, I knew that was going to be the extra energy he needed to keep going, and he needed it because Ben was coming. As far as Ben fighting, I think he need to go around 147, stay right there, and make things happen right there. But as far as that rematch, oh, man, that's like one of the movies like people be saying, man. All the remakes ain't as good as the original. I don't see how they gonna replicate that. Ain't nobody gonna believe it if his father don't show up. They won't even care. And them two boys ain't gonna fight like they fought that time because they're gonna think about what they just did. So now I think it should stay right there and go off into the sunset with that fight, man. I don't know. And that fight before the light heavyweight fight, that was a boring, long. See, that's what I don't like about boxing. You know what I'm saying? Them boys, that's dude. I don't get it, man. Anyway, they had a fight that was boring than a super excellent fight. Come on, right after. So as long as that they left a good taste in your mouth on that last fight with the Ben and Eubank fight, then that was a good card. But I mean, a good fight. But anyway, man, I don't think they should do a rematch. I think everything fell into place for that fight, and I don't believe Eubank Jr. and his father are going to do it anyway. But that's it. TBV, number one.
All right, Hawk. Appreciate you.
Salute, Hawk.
He said they was born millionaires.
Richard Steele stops the fight.
You think
There was no
they was
king.
born millionaires?
Absolutely. Oh man, I don't know how much money was they getting back then.
Mm-hmm. I mean, is the father gonna just give you a meal because you my son though? Like that's big.
You should.
Word? You just slapping
Yeah.
two tone. You just slapping one tone with a millie for no reason?
Yeah, off the back.
Not me. You
On
gotta,
vert.
motherfuckers gotta learn the value of $1. I can't just give you a meal just cause you my kid, man. What
Man.
is you doing? Like, I mean, I don't know. We
We only
don't
got
know.
bro. We on well, I mean, we closer to that 5-0, bro. We closer to that 5-0.
What
You
that
gotta
mean?
live. You gotta live this moment like every day gotta be a lit moment. I want one tone to be lit. It's if that was the blessing to come, he gotta be lit off the bat. Lit. Lit, man. You know what money do in this world? You get treated differently. You get oh man, Lord child.
Let me do this again because I knew I made a mistake and ain't no big eyes and little U's out there. And this is what I'm promising all my sponsors. You know, every time we talk about Border Wars, we're gonna talk about you. So we're gonna do this again properly. I forgot Coach Malachi, man. Shout out to Coach Malachi that sponsored Border Wars as
Hey.
well. You know, one of the few content creators out there that is supporting. And he reached out to us, man. And hopefully he could come through because that would be great, man. But shout out Coach Malachi. Make sure you check out his YouTube channel. Obviously, True Media TV. Check them out. Coach Malachi right here on YouTube. Also, King Cam Boxing. Shout out to professional fighter King Cam Marcus Walker that is sponsoring Border Wars. Shout out to the WBC amateurs who put that WBC belt in the hands of Keem the Dream and Tip Bellis for winning Fight of the Night and giving you guys medals and shirts and hats, man. Shout out to the WBC. Shout out to Adrian Rowan from Old School Boxing. You know, he is our contact man, our go-to guy on the ground over there. Always making sure that these events in Wisconsin are great. We started with 250 and never seen that number again. It's been 400 and more ever since. So if you want to fight in front of 400 people, you know where to do it at. And that's at Wisconsin. Why? Because of none other than, you know, Adrian Rowan and everything he's doing out there. Shout out to B3 Boxing Picks, you know. Shout out B3 Boxing Picks for being part of getting this event off the ground. Check them out on Instagram. If you're into sports betting, specifically boxing, check them out. Shout out to Sarafina Management. If you're a boxer, you need that good old management, man. Contact me to put you in communications with Sarah, man. She sponsored this event as well. Shout out to the IBO. Shout out to USA Boxing and shout out to Mark Habibi and Fight Book. Shout out to Fight Book sponsoring our Border Wars events, Like I said, we still need many, many more sponsors to make this possible. We like to give away belts to all the winners and kids, shirts, you know. There's a lot of staff that needs to be hired, but I wanted to do that again and make sure that I didn't forget anyone because we appreciate everyone. Oh, look, see that? On top of sponsoring the event, he super chatted, and we're talking none other than True Media, you know, and Coach Malachi, True Media
Yeah.
podcast right here on YouTube. He sent the $10 super chat and said, support TBV movement, hit the like button with the thumbs up emoji, and share the live show. Appreciate you, champ. Appreciate you. But yes, if you want to.
Big.
Go ahead, champ. You
Yeah,
got it.
man. Big Tampa. Salute Coach Malachi. Big Tampa in the building, man. Supporting Border Wars. About to be a movie Saturday, August 2nd. Two-tone superstar down there with the Henny.
Let's go. Nah, man. I'm telling you, this one's gonna be the biggest. Like I said, we got plans on getting Brandon out. If you were part of the first one we ever did at Pro Box, you can see how smoothly it ran. Brandon and Adrian together is the dynamic duo. But there's other elements, videographers, photographers. We had no pictures in Vegas and no, what do you call it? Like a condensed video. These are 3 hour fights, 3 hour and a half, 4 hour fights. So, a condensed video of that's probably 11 to 15 minutes needs to be done. That also costs money. But getting back to the sport, I see we got a lot of callers. We got Tip Bellis, who's fighting in Border Wars, taking on Lobos from Arizona. Some are saying this could be the main event. It's really up to the community. But what's up, Tip?
Man, I like how you keep saying it when it's already been declared, man. It's been declared since last year, but it's all good. I just got something to say, man. All this talk
Alex be
about,
doing the same thing you doing. When I put your name
I
first,
mean,
he
I
says
mean,
there's an issue with the rotation. If I put
uh,
his name first, you say there's an issue with the rotation.
shout out to B-Side Vega, but ain't nobody calling for that fight. But you. Ain't nobody calling for that fight. We know what the main event is, man. We know what the main event is. And first of all, I didn't just win a WBC belt in Milwaukee. I took the WBC belt in Milwaukee. That's what I did. I came out there and I took the belt. They wasn't gonna give me fighter tonight. I went out there and I took that shit. You feel me? Niggas want to try to give me fighter tonight. I had to go out there and take that shit. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, bro. That's what I had to go out there and do. You know what I'm saying? I plan on doing that a second time when I come back to Milwaukee. I plan on taking 2 belts again. You know what I'm saying? This time maybe 3. You know what I'm saying? We go up the count every time. I'm coming with an edge, and I love to come with an edge. It's like I said, I love creating this fiction in my head, man. Because this is what gets my rocks off. This is what gets my rocks off, bro. I'm not coming to play with this boy. I'm not coming to play with this boy, man. And it's like I said, keep backing him, bro. Keep backing him. Keep backing him, please. Please, just give me the motivation I need, man. Just keep backing him. Because y'all gonna get what y'all want, man. Y'all gonna get what y'all want. I promise you. I promise you. You gonna get what you want. Outside of that, man, yeah, shout out to everybody that's gonna pop out the Border Wars and actually fight. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the real coaches that's gonna show up at Border Wars, and you know what I'm saying? Not just get hyped off a little bit of wins they had the last time out. I wish they would double up on it. But apparently they don't want to take that loss to the hands of me. But I see what it is, man. I see what it is, man.
You talking about
TPX,
JT? Why y'all be
hey man,
scared
I
to
ain't
say
saying no
people
names.
names, man?
I ain't say,
You
hey
confusing the
man, hey man.
audience, man.
I ain't confusing the audience. I think the audience know who I'm talking about. I think they know who I'm talking about.
Subliminal
But
tip, man.
hey, it's best I keep it like that, man. Why not? Get them to call in. You know what I'm saying? Get them to call in. But it's like I said, man, I'm gonna come out there and do what I do. And TPX, we gonna remain supreme. You know what I'm saying? We gotta restore order in the court. You feel me? Because these boys, they out of hand. You know what I'm saying? They out of hand. They out of hand. These peasants don't know how to act, man. They get a win and they don't know how to act. Shit
Peasants? Who the
crazy.
hell's a peasant? What the hell?
Hey man, I'm the king of this shit. This my show. I run border wars.
Hey
I'm
man,
the king at border
I mean,
wars.
you say you the king, but you fought Emperor King, and he had a better ring walk, better ring
And,
attire. You
what
know.
happens? What happens when you beat the king? You become the. Run me for one more. You become the king.
No, I hear
I'm
you,
the king of
but I'm
Milwaukee
just
now.
saying, I'm just
That's.
saying, I'm just saying,
I'm
take a
sitting on the
page.
throne.
I'm just
I'm
saying, take
sitting
a
on the
page
throne.
out of the book of your opponent, and maybe look the part. Maybe look the part. Don't just be the part. Maybe look the part. That's all.
Hey man. Hey man.
Your
I do
opponent's
what I
ring
want,
walk
man.
was epic. You know, it's memorable. Your
I,
opponent's ring walk was epic. That was memorable. Your opponent's, his attire. That shit was fire. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? You want to be remembered. Like, I remember your sneakers, and that's not a good thing.
Y'all see that diss? Y'all see the diss? This is what he does, man. He throw these subliminal diss shots. Or I just remember
No,
your sneakers.
bro,
No,
I'm
cool.
trying to
Nah,
get you to
bro.
I'm trying to
Hey,
get you to
nah,
step
man,
up
nah, man.
your ring walk.
Hey, bro.
You
Hey,
you
bro.
you heard
Hey,
how many
bro, it's
people
cool.
called in today
It's
talking
cool.
about Eubank and Connor's ring walk? Outside of them saying
Nah,
how
man.
great the fight was, they talked about that ring walk and how epic it was. Come on, bro. I'm just trying to step you up.
Hey, bro. No. See, you telling me you trying to help me out here,
I
but you really
am.
sending diss shots.
No. Listen, if I have you looking good, the aesthetically on TV, it looks better for the viewer, man. What you talking about?
First of all, it was known. That I didn't have my shoes before the fight. This is public knowledge.
I
But you
know,
sitting
but
here
you still
dissing me.
was in
But
sneakers though. I'm just saying, I'm just telling the truth. Why you calling it a diss? That's crazy.
hey, bro, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. You gave me them little ass Muhammad Ali shorts.
You
You know what I'm
bought
saying? I came
those.
out there, look.
Hey y'all, he sent me to the store. He sent me to the store and he asked for 2 pair at that. I'm like, Tip, you sure this what you want?
Tone,
He like, yeah, that's the
tone.
ones. That's the ones.
I before the fight, man. I was looking at these shorts. I was like, either tonight I'm gonna be Cassius Clay or Muhammad Ali. I ain't know what was gonna go down. You know what I'm saying? So I had to choose the black trunks, man. Shit was crazy.
Wait,
I'm just saying,
I was surprised.
you got time now. You got hella time now. So, you gotta get a nice outfit because you a champ now.
Oh no, we good, man. We get Al Heyman checks, man.
Oh,
Know what I'm saying?
all right. Oh, all right.
We get Al Heyman checks. So we doing the big over here. We doing the big over here. But come Border Wars, say August 2nd, I'm gonna shut it down again. You know what I'm saying? It's main event time. You know what I'm saying? Some people can deny us all they want, but we know what the fans want. We know what the people want. You know, they want the A side, man. They want him downstairs. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I'm weak.
Man,
I'm
shout out,
weak.
shout, hey man, shout out to CYP, man. I'm gone, man. I'm gone.
All right. Javier, what up?
Yo,
Yo.
yo, that was a man. Shout out to all the lads, man. Shout out to all the UK lads. That was a belter of a fight, man. That was a belter. I like that fight, bro. I like it so much that I'm gonna go back and watch it. I'm gonna go and get me a bag. I'm gonna smoke, feel me, and then I'm gonna put that shit back on. I had rewatched that Glatton fight, man. I was really going for Glatton.
Me too.
Man, that dude was just fucking catching him good to the body, looping that right hand over.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he started boxing at 21, man. That's pretty impressive though, to like get that high of a level and start so late. I think his best attribute is like his relentless pressure. He's durable. Definitely want to see it. Gonna see who they put him in there and against next. Man, bro, I gotta say that was like top 5 ring walks of all time for me, bro. Personally, Eubank, that shit went hard. Like the symphony with that Dr. Dre beat, that shit was crazy, bro. I was feeling that.
I
Uh,
gotta watch. I
man, I
gotta
feel
hear.
bad. I feel bad for Connor, man. I know. After I was like the look on his face, like you could tell he really wanted that fight, bro. Just all the personal animosity stuff that was going on. It's just, man, Eubank just he's I want to say it was just, he's just a it was just his size, man. He was fighting really good on the outside, catching him good coming in with that uppercut. I thought he did good though. Still, Conor Benn gave it his all, man. I think as fans, like, what more can you want? I think that one lived up to the hype for sure. Yeah, like the last caller said, a lot of boxers they talk and you don't really know what to believe, man. But that one, I think that was just a good display of grit and just pride, man. To be honest, I don't want to see it again, bro. But if it does go again, I mean, I'd pay again. That was totally worth $25, bro, for sure. I'll pay that off tops anytime we get a fight like that as a main event. Um, yeah, I just think it was just that weight class is just too big, man. I want to see him go back down. Whoever he fights, I don't care. I think he did a good enough performance that I don't really care who he fights. I'm gonna go ahead and tune in and see who he fights. I think, yeah, man. I think, uh, nah. Anyways, nah, that was my call, bro. I just want to tune in, say it was a good fight. It lived up to my expectations. It was worth it, and I can't wait, man. Can't wait for May 2nd. Let's go. That's my call, brother.
Peace.
Appreciate you, man. Um, let's see here. Jay Augustus, did you send a counterpunch? Let me double check this. I think he was trying to figure that out, right? Shout out. We got Big Boss, Brandon DeLorean corner punch from earlier. We got it. Optimus Prime member for 30 months. We read that. Ryan Fraser, $2. Breaking.
Oh, Richard Steele, stop.
He says, breaking news, Turkey wants the rematch in September. Yeah, we touched on that. Jerry with the $2 again. Notice how Euro Bros promote better than US Bros. Jerry Soriano, $2. Current Euro Bros promote like throwback stars. I really don't know what he means. Nike, what up?
Yeah.
You.
Shouts out to the boxing voice, man. Shouts out Nez. I think I Tone on here, right? I think I heard Tone.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Shouts out Tone. Okay, shouts out Tone. You know, the whole TBV family. I ain't gonna lie, who won the fight last night? Was it last night?
Yeah, daytime.
The Conor Benn and they fought last night, right?
Yep.
Who won?
What you mean?
I ain't watch it. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Eubank.
I'm a bit over.
Eubank.
Eubank? Okay. Ain't that the one whose dad was like he a scum type shit, all that?
Yeah, but he showed up.
Okay. I mean, I knew he was gonna show up. He just was pissed off, probably, you know. But end of the day, still his son. He's still gonna rock out with his son. He probably just mad at the antics, cause he did say in that video, like, "Who taught you that? I didn't teach you that." So that's what he was mad about. That's all. But other than that, cool. I knew he was gonna show up. But so what weight they was at? 168, right?
Yep. No, 160.
160. Oh, okay. Oh, that changed the playing field. I thought they was at 168. Okay, cause who was struggling to make the weight? Eubank, right? Or Connor?
Eubank was struggling to make the weight.
Yeah,
Eubank zone.
Eubank. Yeah. So okay, he made it though. So yeah, cool. He sacrificed, but I really want in them. They was building me off their dad's history. Cause what this they second fight or first one?
First one, the fathers had two.
That's what I'm saying, man. They built that shit up off their dads, man. Like they should have just let them get belts in each division, in the division with each other, then build this shit up. Because
Man, we
it
passed
really
that.
was
You still sour because you ain't see it. Like I was feeling like you before watching it, but after
that
watching
too.
it, they fought. They did their thing. That shit was worth it.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and watch it though, man. Cause I ain't gonna lie, man. I was watching Oklahoma City whoop Memphis Grizzly ass, man. 403, you know, OKC in the NBA fight.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Foosball, man.
Nah,
Foosball?
basketball,
Nah,
man.
man.
Get it right.
All
Basketball,
that
man.
shit is foosball, man. We out here talking bulk sale, man. Uh, let's see. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Gotta repeat it, but it's free to do, and it helps a lot with the visibility. We want to make sure that algorithm gets activated and continues to push us in the right direction towards the growth. But we need your help for that, you know? So if you can, hit that thumbs up. So I got Angel Calderon, $2. Eubank Jr. versus Ben was bigger than Frotch versus Groves. I'm pretty sure Frotch Groves did 80 something thousand in Wembley. So I think you might be
Damn,
wrong.
80,000?
Oh yeah. I think you might be wrong there. Jay Augustus, I don't see that counterpunch, player, not in PayPal, not in the YouTube. So you might need to get to that if you want that secondary call. Spider Rico.
Grand Rising,
Oh,
God.
you hit 240?
Yeah, we hit
What's 240,
240. We
Tone?
hit 240,000 subscribers. We did. Appreciate it.
Hey, God.
We had
God, why you be trying to tell
240,006.
us? Why do you tell us to? Excuse me, but why do you tell us to? Act right and talk right when you already hit all these, markers to get a plaque and they won't give it to you. But you still want us to act right when you see that they don't care about you.
It's all good. We can't live off of the opinions of others. You got to have your own
Well,
standards and morals, baby.
I believe we already existing in some type of like, they put us underground, and that's where y'all hear my voice coming from the bottom. I didn't buy the fight either, because I got other things, and I'm paying my bills and my way in life. And I watched the fight on YouTube, like Hamza, the real Hamza. I knew that Hamza before I knew the other Hamza. Just wanted to clarify that and tell Hamza that I'm making the tea right now, making the tea. And the fight last night, it was cringe because they lack defensive discipline. Defense. That's what Hamza say. Virgil, he'll stop both of these guys. You know, he'll end them quickly and swiftly. Make a Mexican holiday out of it. Mm-hmm. It'll be an end to their show. But wrap it up like a burrito. They be finished. Let me put Virgil in that ring. All them people. Be no more parades. Be a sad day over there in Europe. Never good enough. We could be perfect. Connor versus Chris. Chris versus Connor. It was like they was made to fight each other. Hmm. Everything is cahoots. Everything is cahoots. This is Ragnarok now. Tech Tech going against God. Tech Tech took over the show. And I got Tip Bayless for the main event. He's a main event fighter. He's a gem, a diamond in the rough. Little man, too tough. I promise you. I seen him in the airport after he beat the man bloody. He said, "Come over here, sit with me." He was eating a bunch of food for breakfast the next day, and then I went over there. He said, "Yo, let me eat some food. Let me buy you something." I said, "No, I don't do that. I don't eat food. But can you buy me a drink?" And he
Champ,
was
you
like,
want to
"Yeah,
talk
whatever
about
you
the
want."
fight?
Oh, you want to talk about the fight?
JMM.
That nigga said I don't eat food. That's a real nigga right there, man. That's caller of the year, man.
Y'all be encouraging the wildest shit, man.
Tip was at the air. What? Damn, Tip won his WBC belt. It was at the airport blowing a bag on airport food. Lord child, Tip got the bag that day. You know how much it costs for a water at the airport? It's $12.
$70.
Damn. Money makes Tip.
$7.
That's crazy. Niggas.
Last call for callers. You're trying to call in. Jay.
Niggas eating at the airport is wild. You got to be rich. Not Tip with the counter.
How you gonna send a counter for Spider Rico, Sky?
Damn.
Tip. Bellis with the counter for Spider Rico. Spider's not there, bro. Spider's not there.
Damn. Spider slithered off.
H-Town?
Oh, he was fasting?
Grand Risings. That's what Tone say.
To Alicia.
To Alicia.
Hey, man. Eubank's Ben just proved to us that boxing is a foreigner sport now.
A
It
foreigner?
ain't American sport. Yeah, it ain't American sport no more. We don't get that kind of support over here. Those guys are relatively mid-level fighters. And you saw the crowd that was there, Ness? You saw how they were cheering?
Mid-level. Ouch.
You know, I mean, come on. I mean, as far as like, you know, Tank and the so-called elites of the elites, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we can't get those kind of crowds for our elite fighters.
Damn,
That's crazy,
true.
man. I mean, it's become a foreign sport now, man. It ain't an American sport no more, man. We don't got that kind of support. That was crazy, man. I mean, go back and it was who was it? Was it Paul Butler versus Haney? Not Devin Haney, the other Haney, the white boy, I think it was.
Damn.
Man, bro. Hey, if you go, hey, you go watch that fight, man. The crowd is crazy, dude, and you be like, who the hell are these two guys? You know, man, we can't get that over here, man. It's crazy. Our people don't show up to the last fight. You know, that's wild.
Bro, they won't even.
But yeah, man.
Bro, you can't even give a nigga a free fight ticket and they'll show up. A free ticket.
For real, man. They rather go see Lil Uzi Vert. You know, that's just wild on me, bro. But man, it was a great fight, man. I mean, there was I guess you would say technique was abandoned midway through the fight just to be a fight, because that was just a fight, man. You could tell those guys actually don't like each other. That was that old fashioned put two Mexicans against each other, the old abandon technique and go just straight to fighting. I mean, it's what we love to see, man. Violence, like Tree says, hands and hooves were thrown last night, and it was a great fight, man. I can't have no complaints, you know, even though there wasn't a finish, but I don't want to see no rematch, man. Eubanks beat him, and he was clearly dehydrated. The man was clearly at a weakened state, and still beat Conor Benn. Imagine if they come back and he's the A side, and there is no rehydration, and he gets fully hydrated. He's gonna kill him. He'll knock him out. Conor Benn's a small guy. He needs to stay down at 140, 147, and he tried his best. It is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta know that a man's better than you, you know. Because he's gonna come back and get knocked out if there's a rematch. You said Turkey wants the rematch, Tone?
Yep, September.
Nah, man. If they come back, I know Eubank. Hey, Eubanks ain't gonna agree to no rehydration clause. He gonna knock out Ben. He'll knock him out in probably 6 rounds.
Oh yeah.
Once he's
Yeah.
100%.
If he not
Yeah,
depleted,
man. Oh yeah, man. Why you think Tank depleted Ryan? He ain't dumb. He don't want that 100% Austrian Ryan. You know, it is what it is, man. I'm out, fellas.
Peace.
Richard Steele stops the fight.
Shout out to everybody that is reaching out for the cameraman position. Listen, if you in Wisconsin, it's gonna make it easier. So definitely reach out to me and let's see what we can get done. But once again, man, uh, see if you support Border Wars, you know you get that unlimited promotion. My last flyer had the word amateur spelled wrong, so I got my editor on a job on a Sunday, and he made this new one. You feel me? So now the flyer is updated, no misspelling on it. So everybody, once again, gets a shout out. Why? Because without them, this event wouldn't even happen. August 2nd, it's going down Saturday in Wisconsin, Watertown. Salute the Fight Book, Old School Boxing. True Media right here. Check out my man, Coach Malachi, right here on YouTube at True Media Podcast, man. Salute to him being one of the only content creators to support. Shout out to the USA Boxing. Shout out to the WBC Amateurs, the IBO. Both IBO and WBC always make sure that our winners get beautiful awards, not rinky-dink charms or, flimsy belts. Shout out to the only professional boxer to stand up thus far for this Border Wars and support, Cam Walker. Shout out Marcus Walker, his dad, and Cam Promotions for supporting this official Border Wars. Shout out to B3 Boxing Picks. Check them out on Instagram if you are into boxing betting. We appreciate the support, and shout out to Sarah Fina Management for all you professional fighters that need to be managed properly, man. We got Tip with the counter. What up?
Damn, that's what we doing now, bro.
What?
That's what we doing now. We cutting the people off.
What? I ain't cut nobody off.
I mean, you cut Puerto Rico off, man.
Nah. He dropped off, bro.
Oh, he dropped off. I
Yeah.
mean, because you interrupted his call, man.
I mean,
You know
he
what I'm
wasn't
saying?
even
Like,
talking boxing. That could have been a boxing guys. I don't know what you
what you
talking about.
mean? So Border Wars ain't boxing no more?
I didn't hear what he was talking about. He was talking about food, and that's what I don't. Maybe
I
you
mean,
misheard.
he was telling you what was happening after Border Wars. You know what I'm saying?
Again, I
Come
don't know.
on, man.
I have nothing to do with it. I ain't had nothing to do
Hey,
with it.
man. You asked the man if
I
he was
thought we
gonna talk
lost some.
boxing.
I thought we lost some.
You asked the man if he was gonna talk boxing, and that's why he left, bro. That's why he left.
So he dropped off
Because
because
I
I
guess
asked him to talk boxing. I mean, what
I
the
mean
fuck?
he was giving you the story. You know what I'm saying about what happened at the airport. You know, ain't too many people giving you a Lobo story. Ain't too many people doing that. But we gonna give you a story to talk about after August 2nd.
I
You
don't
feel me?
know if he's
We gonna
back.
give you a
Look,
story to talk about,
he's
man.
still not dead. You got two counters or one. I don't know where he's at. He might think the same thing. He dropped off. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit.
Hey, man, it's like I said, man. We gonna give you a story after August 2nd. One to remember, man. We gonna give you one to remember. You know what I'm saying? Because you did this. When the people start talking about Tip, you cut them off. You cut them off every time. This shit
Man,
crazy, man.
I don't
Now, if
even
we
know
was
what you
talking about
talking about.
Lobo, you would have let it ride, man. You would have let it ride.
I
But
don't
it's
even
all
know what you're
good.
talking about,
It's all
man.
good.
I don't even know what you're talking
Once again, I got another question, man. When is this press conference, man? When is this press conference?
I also got another 140 pounds of 39
Can
years
we get a date on this
old.
press conference, bro? Can we get a date?
Listen.
And then I got another. Nah. I don't want to make that.
You hear that? You hear that, Tip?
Hold
I
on,
don't
is
know
this
what that
nigga
is.
working? Yeah.
Tip, you hear that, Tip?
What is that?
Hold on.
That's the sound of oh working while listening to the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Working.
See,
Working.
we can't even hear that shit. We
Yeah,
can't even hear
all
that
right.
shit.
Yeah, all
So
right.
it don't even
Look at
matter.
all the wolves in the chat. Look at all the wolves in the chat.
Can't be too many. So we really don't care. Anyway, though, man. Once again, the question is, when are we having this press conference, man? Why is this dude like? I don't understand
He
the
told
weird
you in
activity.
May. He told you in May. We 3 days
Why,
away.
my man? Why we waiting until May? Why
He
we waiting until
he
May?
said he want to keep it hot in the eyes of the community. He ain't want to do it too early.
So we wanna keep it in our quote unquote eyes of the community, with it still being 3 months out. Like, come on, bro. Like, he playing games, man. He playing games. He's
Bruh.
scared. He's
Bruh.
scared to be on the other side. Listen, it's one thing for him to be scared to see me face to face, but him to be scared on the other side of the screen is just crazy. And tell your fighter, let's get this hustle going, man. If he
Hey,
really want to feed the people, if he really want to keep shit hot, come on, man. What is he doing? What is he doing?
I don't know, man. He ducking you.
That's
97
your
days
boy.
out, man.
That's your
97
boy.
days out.
Tell, 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 tell the little boy who cried wolf pop out, man. Tell him pop out. Pop
97
out.
days
You know,
out, man, and everything's
you know, I,
fixed.
I like to pop out and show niggas.
Text in the
Certified
chat, man.
boogeyman.
Chat, man. Text in the
Certified
chat, man.
boogeyman. Come on, man. What we doing? What we doing? Shout out Spider Rico, man. Like I said, August 2nd, we coming. You know what I'm saying? We about to get this 3 month camp going. I'm about to body me a nigga. About to body me a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
You
Shout
talking
out to Two
big,
Tone
man.
Promotions.
You
The
guaranteeing
hate.
a
I gotta
knockout?
talk big.
You guaranteeing a
I gotta talk
knockout?
big.
Is you
I'm
guaranteeing a
guaranteeing a win.
knockout?
I'm guaranteeing
Oh,
a
no,
win.
no. I'm just saying
I'm
because you said
guaranteeing a
body.
win.
You said body, so I ain't
I'm
know. Because
I'm
Lucas
I'm,
body
guaranteeing,
catch
I'm,
a
guaranteeing,
body.
I'm guaranteeing a win. I'm guaranteeing a win for the Hatrix Promotions. I'm guaranteeing a win for Bama Bow Promotions. I'm guaranteeing a win for TBX Promotions. I'm guaranteeing a win for the TBV community. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. Because these dudes don't represent the community. Lobo don't represent the
Represent,
community. So
represent.
so 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 if Lobo don't represent the community, why he waiting? Why is he holding it? Why is he holding his presser up if he represent the community? Come on, man. We don't believe in these lies these dudes preach, man. We don't believe in these lies. Lobos don't represent the community. His people's try to get Tone kicked off the show. He don't represent the community, man. I represent the community. I am the community, man. I'm the one who call in and talk the talk. He don't do that. He sit in the back and listen to me in the background. Come on, dog. Let's stop playing these games, man. Come out of hiding, little nigga. Come out of hiding. What is we talking about? Well, let's wait till May for a press conference. What the fuck difference does it make? 4 months, 3 months? We still got to give people what they want. Let's give it to them now. Talking about waiting. I ain't got time for this, man. He a joke. He a joke. Why I always got to find these dudes, man? Why I always got to ask where these dudes at? Why am I always asking where my opponent at? Come on, man.
You
He
the
another,
biggest A side. You the biggest A side, man.
man. He another, man. You know what?
You the biggest
I'm
A
feeling
side,
like
man.
I'm feeling like Damon Wayans and the Great White Hype right now. It's cold. So, and I know you've seen the Great White Hype, man. I know
Oh,
you've seen the Great White Hype.
Tone dropped
The
off,
joint with
man.
Dan? Oh, damn, that's crazy. He probably got to go make a Lobo diss track right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, TBX, we up.
Richard Steele stops
They
the
saying
fight.
Tone. They saying Spider. I mean, Lobo in the gym right now working. Spider Rico counter.
Hey, what's up, God?
What up, God?
I don't know what happened to the call, yo.
You
You know,
got
my
that
phone stopped working.
Oregon
But
internet.
yeah, thank you for taking my call. But you know, we and me, they really with me. When we and me is with you, you can win, even when God's against you.
Mm.
Mm. You know. Well, now where was I? I had a lot more to say.
You
We
was in
did
the
it again.
airport. You was in the
We did it
airport.
again. We did it again. That's what Tank say. Allah is the perfect planner. But that's what Devin say. How you like that? That's what Clarissa say. Yeah, I'm gonna hear her say that one time. For me, for we and me. No, I'm just playing. But I really love calling him. And I did have more to say. Other than that, I did watch the Liam versus McKenna. I thought Liam's style, and it is. I still think his style is perfect. Maybe he should lean back a little more. Like with that same stance that he had. But I think his style is perfect, and McKenna picked it apart. I couldn't really believe it, but he was very athletic and he was pure. There's no fat on his body. That's you got to fast to look like that, and we all could look like that. We all could be water walkers. You know what I mean? Well, that's really all I have. I could talk more, but it wouldn't be on the topic. Is it okay if I talk about other things that we have been talking about?
Yeah, do your thing, champ. You the people's champ.
Bet, bet. No, I'm not that. I'm a Border Wars loser, a Border
Bruh,
Wars survivor.
they picking
You
you.
know,
They doing super chats and counter punches for you to come on, man. They believe
for my
in you.
last, okay, God, I really, there's things that you done that I really don't like. When Doomsday was gone, I just dealt with it because you lose your homies all the time where I'm from. To jail, to being underground.
Mm.
You know, being locked down. But Shador Sanders to the Browns. The Browns are the worst team in franchise sports history. They're cursed, like the Clippers. The Clippers and the Browns, they're just the most cursed. And also in America, we got four coins, and only one of them is brown, and that one is worth the least amount of money that money can be worth. And that's a subliminal message in itself. It's that's the bar from Oregon with love. I'm gone.
What up, Try Lossley? Yeah. Yeah. You gotta unmute? No, no, no. Are you there? Are you there? You might need to jump out, jump back in. What y'all think, chat? Border Wars fight fans. Should we make Esteban Angulino versus Adrian Fighter Alexis Luna? What y'all think? Or should we get Esteban another community fight the way he fought Big Bay, who's a community member? Or should he fight a hometown ticket seller in Alexis Luna? What y'all think? What y'all think? Trilosophy, did you jump out, jump back in? You're my last caller. What is up?
What's up, y'all? You just by yourself or what?
You know it.
Damn, just abandon you real quick.
It's all good.
All right, it is what it is. No, I didn't get to see the whole fight yesterday. I saw like I was in and out of the first rounds. My son had a game to go to, and I'm coaching and shit, so just didn't work out. But I did see like the ring walks, and I mean that took me like that event took me back to like AJ Klitschko. Like 80,000 people at that fight, and then 65, or they said like 68 or 67,000, right? Something like that. But like just like the whole show, you know what I mean? Like it just, even though that fight wasn't really for us, catered to Americans, I mean, unless you're like a hardcore, right? Because they're always putting on fights over there in the UK, but this one felt like an AJ fight, you know what I mean? Like just like a packed house and everything. And I'm hearing people just calling in and saying, you know, I mean, the show is called Instant Classic Fight of the Year candidate. So is it I'm hearing people say they don't want to see the rematch, and I'm hearing that like it's a pattern. Like every good fight that we've been seeing, people are saying they don't want to see it again. So I'm just wondering, like, is it just rematch fatigue? That's what I'm kind of wondering.
Probably rematch fatigue is what we've been hearing. You know, people are tired of having rematches.
I
That makes
mean,
sense.
look, like Katie and Amanda, that was a fucking banger. Both of those fights. I mean, they weren't back to back. I mean, but
But we're getting that rematch, and we got the Usyk Fury rematch, and we got the Wilder Fury rematch, and the AJ. It is a lot of
and then got
rematches. It
yeah,
slows it
yeah,
slows things up too. You know, for people that want the division to move and for their guy to get a shot. And then here we go with this fucking rematch.
yeah. But people aren't complaining about the Devin and Ryan rematch, probably just because of that whole
That's not
the
true.
PED.
No, that's not
Are you
true.
sure?
Yeah, yeah. Look,
Most of the
remember,
people that I'm hearing call in, they're like they want to see him
that's
getting
on
back in blood
that's
and
on
all
this
that shit.
show. That's on this show. But keep in mind that there's a whole fandom of Ryan that wants him to move on, that believes that he did enough and that they don't care about the allegations or the speculation. You know what I mean? Or
Oh, two tone.
contamination. No, two tone is part of that. Yes, he's part of that.
Yeah,
Yes, but there's more than just tone for sure.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, but for the most part, though, I mean, at least that fight, there's a fight in between, right? Just for them to get back into it, get back. And speaking of that fight, they did the whole Turkey Al Sheik, promo commercial and everything, right? The trailer
Mm-hmm.
with I Show Speed or whatever his name is,
Mm-hmm.
and a KSI and all that stuff. I thought they were gonna like kind of transition that with the City of Wolves video game shit. Like I thought that was gonna like they would make like the next commercial like for it just transfers to New York and then it just shows all these guys on this card that's coming up in a week. The promotion is horrible.
Yeah, man.
Didn't even put out a little commercial, nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's been
That shit's wild, and there's more
and
star power right
that's
there.
like
But I
four
guess more
days
towards
out.
us,
Four
though.
days out.
Yeah, that shit's fucking crazy, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Do you think that's? I
Hey
mean, because I
man,
know the
listen,
UK.
listen, listen.
What's up? What's up?
It shouldn't matter to us. We don't care what numbers it do. You and me, we watching it anyway.
Oh no! Richard Steele stops the fight!
Whether they do promotion or not, we watching it because we're locked in. That's for the casual fans, and that's for the fighters and the fanagers. Right? The fighters get to say, "Oh, I sold out," and the fanagers get to cry and jump around about how much they fighters sold out. But people like you and myself, we're watching it regardless of the promotion. A YouTube ad and a Google double click ad or a little video promo isn't gonna make me buy it or not. Like honestly, I thought the trailer was disgusting. The whole Fatal Fury shit. So my $25 wasn't given to them because of that. It was given to them because of the fight and having to work. That trailer did absolutely nothing for me. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy some of his trailers, but this one, Fatal Fury, did nothing. But that was the bell. Appreciate you. If you want to call, now is the time to do so. And that's GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Out in the Bay. What up?
Yo, 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 what's up? What's up?
What up? What up?
So I'm assuming that the fight was a good fight. Like I said, I didn't watch, so I don't know uh the ins and outs of the fight. I watched a little bit of the highlights on the zone afterwards, just to get an idea of what it would look like. Um, so doing the highlights, it seemed like Conor Ben was kind of like loading up on shots and was just throwing a whole bunch of shots, and it seemed like he connected some. It seemed like he did connect some. Um, seemed like that's why he lost the fight. But like I said, I only watched the highlights. Do you think that's the reason why he lost the fight? Because he was loading up on so many punches,
I
and
mean, that
you know,
certainly
like
had to do with it, but not. It's not the only reason. I mean, he's just he needs to tighten up on the skill department.
yeah, it and also in the highlights, it seemed like he telegraphed his shots. It seemed like he was telegraphing a lot of his shots. Like he would step back and then lunge. He would step back and then he would lunge. His shots. If you watch the highlights, or if you seen the fight, you know that that's what he was doing. Um, and it seemed like Eubank was kind of like tagging him in between that every now and then. But yeah, I don't think people want to watch the rematch because they want to see them actually step up against good competition. Uh, I could be wrong. I could be one person who only thinks that, but I think that's why I think some people would rather not see the rematch, even though it was probably a good competitive fight, uh, just because of that. And I guess I give my crow nest because I did pick um, Conor Benn to win. I think like the mentality of Eubank. I thought the mentality of Eubank not want to, you know, push it to at least get not even it wasn't even a half a pound, it was like a quarter of a half a pound, to try to get that off. Um I see if it was like 2 pounds and but it was like a quarter of a half a pound. It was like you could at least try to attempt that. That was my thing. I understand some people can be drained out, and can't they tapped out, they can't do anymore. But if you have a quarter of a pound, um you might as well just attempt to do it because it's not even a whole pound that you have to lose. It's not even a half a. You could try to lose a half a pound and you go over. You feel me? So that was my thing. That's when I was talking about it. You had very very short margin of pound to lose, and you didn't want to attempt that. That was kind of worrying to me. Um. So yeah, that's my call.
All right. V Dash, hit me on Instagram so I could just send you the flyer easier. And we got Mike Wilson. What up? Mike Wilson. All right. Uh, yeah, whatever your name is. Yo on Discord.
Two, check 1 2.
Who this Moose?
Yeah, it is Moose,
What up, man?
son of Michael. You went from Mike Wilson to son of Michael. That's damn near the same thing, cause son and Mike, that's crazy.
Mm.
But yeah, man, I see what Nigel Benn was trying to do, but it didn't. His plans was spoiled. He tried to, he skeeted in his bra about 10 years later. He was like, I'm gonna get the edge on Eubank Senior. I'm gonna have my son later. That way, when they get older, we can age his ass out, get his ass out of there. But it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Eubank, man. I heard he was 35 in the middle of the fight. I was like, what the hell? That nigga, that's old as hell in boxing years, in my opinion. Uh, And then Conor Benn, he 23. I was like, damn, he got the age on him for sure. And then they drain my nigga, and you can see Eubank Jr. I was like, he ain't got that explosiveness. I'm used to seeing him on some low key Roy Jones Jr. type shit with the explosiveness. And he really didn't have it like that, especially to start the beginning of the fight. And I don't know if that was strategic or him being drained, but he was moving real slow in the beginning of the fight. And he was getting caught with them right hands. He would keep that left hand down a lot. But as the fight went on, he started to pick it up. And he was putting that forearm on Conor Benn, coming in leading with that head and propping Conor Eubank was propping up Conor Benn's head with his shoulder, getting underneath him and pushing him, roughing him up and throwing them combinations. He kept hitting in the back of the head. The ref kept warning him, but the ref never took a point, and I think he never took a point because he understand the magnitude of the fight. He would get in when he had to, but he didn't want to subtract any points from anybody. But yeah, man, Chris Eubank Jr. he stepped that shit up as the fight went on, and he even showed like I don't know, it looked like he got more energy as the fight went on, and more quickness and more explosiveness. Uh, but man, he did what he had to do. It was a great fight. Nigel Benn, he got a chin on him, and that could be a testament to Eubank being drained. Who knows if he's not drained, maybe that chin won't hold up like that. Uh, but yeah, man. And before the fight started, it was electric. I didn't really feel too much for the fight until I actually saw them get in the ring, and I saw the environment. I'm like, damn, it felt legendary immediately. It just hit me all at once. you know. And I was like, man, this is big. This is crazy. You got the sons fighting each other 30 years later. So, but I don't care to see the rematch. Me personally, I really don't give a damn. If they have it, they'll probably hit me all at once they in the ring again. But off top, I just don't really care about the rematch. But it was a great event, and salute to both fighters and their families and their legacy. So, yeah, man, that's all I got. Is shout out to Tip. You know what I'm saying? Tip be looking out. He put in a lot of work on TBV in the TBV community, and my brother Spider Rico. My Aquarius brother. And shout out to Hamza, man, coming in with the Dr. Sabi name, man. Dr. Sabi, man, that's that he is I can't express how important that man is to me and how much of a change he made in my life. But yeah, that's all I got, man. Salute TBV. Hope everybody have a blessed day.
You too, champ. You too. Once again, V dash hit me up on Instagram to receive the new flyer for Border Wars. If you're looking to fight, you're looking to compete in our amateur event, you do need a amateur USA boxing book. Contact me on Instagram and I'll give you more details. Once again, shout out to everyone making this event possible. Sarafina Management, B3 Boxing Picks, King Cam, professional boxer, IBO, the WBC Amateurs, USA Boxing, True Media Podcast right here on YouTube.com. Check them out. Old School Boxing, salute to Adrian, and Fight Book. Check me out on Instagram at The Boxing Voice if you want to support this event. We're back at it tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern. Peace.